I'm just scared that, like, Amber's gonna go live and try to say that Connor and I, like... And then Cody was texting me saying that he has proof that we did it, and he doesn't. Like, nobody has proof of it. Because we did it in secret.
This right here is her admitting that she indeed did take my innocence, but there was no proof of it.
Wait, hold on.
And then Cody was texting me saying that he has proof that we did it, and he doesn't. Like, nobody has proof of it. Because we did it in secret.
Oh, I didn't even hear that when the jokes go by. I was so baffled and other shit. We did it in secret? You're done! You're done! You're done! Oh my god. Yo, what? Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I hope they opened up a fresh, clean cell right in cell block 1, because you will be right next to P. Diddy Dizzler. Like, nah, bro. Zoe, you're cooked, yeah. This is actually disgusting. What the fuck? For the babes, y'all already know what it is, cause I know y'all seen title and thumbnail. But yeah, La backstory, but kind of not La backstory. At least not La backstory for her, cause like I said, title and thumbnail. Because yeah, we gonna get into that within the vid. Shout out. But the La backstory I want to give, yo, y'all already know what it is. So Trilly reading all the comments, Trilly hearting, you know, saying all the Johns. Y'all be showing love. Shout out to the community. Shout out to the audience, love a babe, and the bros. As always. But yo, one of the heads that be around watching all the vids, shout out them. Scabby Knees, you know what I'm saying? Recommended a video about iNabber, you know what I'm saying? On LaVerne, because she got a whole John. She got 21 mil on TikTok. What that type of jazz, and she had a history. She was beefing with Charlie D'Amelio, all that type of junk. But we gonna get into the vid. My main thing is a preface. Scabby Knees, they asked the question, like, yo, Trilly, where can we send reactions, suggestions, and all that type of jazz? So, you know, Trilly gotta clarify, because you already know. Trilly wants more videos. More sloppy! Lovely. Y'all know how we get down. But yeah, there's two places. One, on YouTube, clearly in the comments. You know, Trilly reading all the comments, hearting y'all Johns, you know what I'm saying? Trilly's the slop general. Y'all see me all the time. We stay tuned. We will be there. The slop is coming. Or two, which is like a good option too, but slightly worse option, is to send it to my Instagram DMs. But y'all know how I be on the socials, bro. By the way, down in the description. I never plug them Johns. Y'all know me. I don't really show like that. But like, you can send them my Instagram DMs, but I never be going on these other apps, especially not like Twitter, TikTok, and all these other Johns, cause yeah. Y'all know how that goes. The brain rot and the degeneracy. It's bad works over there, man. I ain't gonna lie. We gonna keep it straight to the slop. And this is brain rot in itself. But yeah, y'all can send it either there. So, like in the comments, like how y'all always do, I'm gonna light it up, like it up, stay tuned. Y'all already know. Or my Instagram DMs, heart it there. And y'all already know how we get down. But yeah, going back more into this, y'all already know. Shout out to the community, like I said. Keep sending. Because I love seeing what y'all want me to talk about, man. Y'all be trying to make me suffer. But we love the slop. Sloppy, indeed. Anyway, going back to this, John. Yeah. We're covering Zoe LaVerne, if y'all have not known, and like I was saying. And I'm not wasting time. Like we said, iNabber got the backstory, and we gonna get into showing the love to iNabber. So, without further ado, baby, because Trill talks everything, Trill. Yams, everything. Let's get right into it. Yo, like I said, hold on. Share the love. First time on the page, too. A lot of heads been recommending I watch iNabber's video. There will be more. There will be more videos I'll be watching by iNabber. Come on, I gotta do y'all right. Share the love and shout out iNabber though. Come on. We must keep sharing that love. You know how it goes. We have Zoe LaVerne, the TikTok predator who got away with everything. Bad works. Seems like we're dealing with one of those, huh? Might as well hand it off in the start. But y'all already know how it goes down. Of course, you want to watch the OG vid, down in the description. First link, go share the love with iNabber. And let us get into the video. Y'all already... Let's do it.
Zoe LaVerne is a TikToker with 21.6 million followers and a page that has accumulated over 2.1 billion likes.
Damn.
And to this day, she still gets around 1.3 million views a post. She's somebody who could be considered an OG, as in the early days of TikTok between the year of 2019 and early 2020, Zoe LaVerne was one of the most popular TikTokers on the platform, competing with other well-known TikTokers
I say like Renegade era and shit, yeah.
such as the D'Amelio
over there. era.
And there was even a very famous clip that went viral around 2020 of where Zoe was breaking down because Charlie had overtaken her in followers.
Yeah, y'all niggas too addicted to clout.
I'm literally crying about this for like an hour because it's just so like pathetic that like she just
It's so God damn, we're starting off with the hypocrisy really early. You know what's pathetic, Zoe? That you're crying even though you still have millions of followers. Who gives a fuck? You still have niggas that actually cared about your ass, even though, seeing by title, they probably shouldn't have, dumbass. So what the fuck?
said I'm like almost past, like she's so close to passing me and everybody's reminding me that she's gonna pass me. And I just want to prove this that I am better.
I go a lot to be frank with y'all, bro. Like, Zoe LaVerne and Charlie D'Amelio, current day 2025, we both don't give a... I mean, both of y'all, we still don't give a fuck now. So it's like, who even cared? Obviously, this was during that time, but even still during this time, who cares? Yo, head's still paying attention to your name. Head's still in the comments glazing you the fuck up, especially on TikTok.
Better than her because I am Zoe LaVerne and I am literally the star
who gives a fuck? Okay, I gotta chill, because y'all know I be yapping my ass off.
of TikTok. And TikTok is putting me down and boosting her up. And
TikTok is not putting you down. What the fuck are we talking about?
A lot of people like to say that the new generation of kids, the brain rot generation...
Yeah, they're completely fucked, and I agree. I keep saying this shit.
...are just fundamentally and absolutely cooked.
Yeah,
but when you see clips like this...
How could you not believe that shit? Exactly. We're sitting here bitching and moaning about fucking TikTok followers. My nigga, you get one TikTok follower, that equates to like 0.020 of a fucking subscriber on YouTube. Who gives a fuck? Like, oh my god.
Can't really help but think to yourself, no, I think this is an all generation thing. Every generation of children is just cooked to a fundamental level because what is going on here?
I feel like that's
yes,
true too.
As you can see, Zoe LaVerne...
But like, I feel like specifically with Gen Z and Gen Alpha, it's the clout shit. I really just feel like it is TikTok. Oh fuck. Shit, I was gonna press that anyway. But yeah, I really feel like it is just TikTok, bro. Like, heads could pull out their phone, do some dumb shit, and go viral, bro. Now you start worrying about other heads. Oh my god, Charlie D'Amelio got 100 mil. She gon' pass me and I got like 80. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? We're sitting here brain rotting. Who fucking cares about this shit, my nigga?
Very famous and very popular TikToker with an audience of children that would do absolutely anything they could to speak to her, get her attention, and they would watch every single thing no matter what it is.
So she was cultivating the audience that like basically like the rest of the influencer girly pops that be glazing in the fuck up. Like, we was just talking about the Calgora sisters in the other vid, you know what I'm saying? Shout out the baddie, Miss Weiwei. Go check her out. You already know. But yeah, this is the same thing that was happening with, right now, at least with the Calgora sisters, where like they got some heads in their fan base where they toxic. They'll just they trying to be the Calgora sisters to a T, whether it be physically, like on a physical attraction tip. Y'all seen the whole curly hair thing, or like they'll go to the maximum to defend them, even though let's be frank here, the Calgora sisters don't know you, hun. They do not. I don't know why you're running defense this hard. But then they get hypocritical truly. Shit, a lot of niggas don't know me. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck y'all saying about him?
That Zoe posts. But talking of children, this actually does lead us into some dark territory, which is now the main reason that in 2025, people know Zoe LaVerne. Because you see, in November of 2020, Zoe LaVerne, at 19 years old, was exposed for grooming and kissing a 13-year-old fan.
Yeah, what more could be said about this? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, yeah, man, this age gap ain't looking too healthy. At fucking all.
And this was something that was absolutely everywhere at the time. So many people were talking about this situation, including myself, and it's mainly because Zoe LaVerne was such a famous TikToker that to see something like this was just absolutely pure insanity. The story got so viral that it was actually hitting mainstream news outlets who were talking about all of the things going on in this big controversy. And what's interesting is this wasn't a case of just regular allegations going around with no evidence, screenshots, or proof.
No, because obviously, false misinformation, you know what I'm saying, false allegations, all this type of shit. It's very prevalent, especially in the commentary / drama community, and just as a whole now, because again, drama is just becoming obviously a very prominent thing. It's obviously been a prominent thing for like the past decade, and even before that a little bit. But now with even more tech, even more apps, and you know what I'm saying, socials and shit, yeah, drama is fucking huge. So, I mean, yeah.
This was a case of where it was a slam dunk. There was so much evidence that went round to do with this situation.
And that's why shit like that is bad today, because it's like, bro, you best believe a nigga is bringing up a clip. There is no fucking way you don't, bro. Especially on Twitter or some shit, you best believe a 15-second plus clip is being played, nigga.
That Zoe LaVerne just simply could not escape this. She was dubbed as yet again
I mean, it makes sense, because why the fuck would she do this?
Another TikTok predator, and seemingly this was the end of Zoe LaVerne. And yeah, now we are in 2025. It's been around 5 years since this controversy really erupted, and I guess it does beg a few questions, such as, well, what actually happens to Zoe LaVerne? Did Zoe face consequences? Did she even go to jail for
Hell no, of course not.
committing heinous actions? Did she even maybe just lose her platform? No, it was none of those things.
Yeah, nothing happens at all. Most cases, especially in the drama shits, like, yo, heads will just go back and forth, heads will get canceled or whatever the fuck, but most of these heads, they get canceled and they just come right the fuck back, and it's just like, whoever really likes to watch these niggas will keep watching them, and niggas who obviously see the bad shit that they dit will just stop watching. A good case of this is the shit that just happened with Destiny. Like, Destiny still got a good amount of people watching the nigga, but he shed a lot of heads because of, shits ain't looking too good. Shit ain't looking too good on his part. No cap with the whole Pixie shit. So yeah, like this, I would assume this is the same shit's happening to Zoe LaVerne. Like she still obviously got niggas that watch her on TikTok, but obviously it's not the same platform she had from 5 years ago.
Yes, Zoe LaVerne actually faced zero repercussions, and she is even to this day still posting content and getting millions and millions of views. And I'm not gonna lie to you.
Wait, she's a mother?
Getting
yeah, it's a daily affirmations as a mom, and this is the shit that you was doing in the past. Yeah, we gotta question some things, but I'm no stickler ass nigga to go crazy. But nah, like obviously you can bring children to world. Children are miracles. We talk about this all the time. But give me your histories though. I need to ask some questions.
Millions and millions of views. And I'm not gonna lie to you fellas, this is genuinely one of the most confusing stories and situations I think I have ever seen. Because when
I'm here for a game.
say that there was a plethora of evidence surrounding this situation, it wasn't just a plethora. There's not even a big word invented yet to describe how much evidence there was out there.
A numerous amount of evidence. Like, yeah, we just start kind of busting out all the adjectives.
To prove that Zoe LaVerne is and was a predator.
Ooh.
But somehow she has just shamelessly gotten away with everything and has continued like nothing has ever happened. And this is just one of the most confusing cases I've ever seen, because so many other influencers and celebrities have been exposed for the same thing, and yet they did face consequences. But Zoe LaVerne,
and obviously for shit like this, you need to face them shits, because yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Preying on the A minors is in most people's books very fucked, except if you're a but you know, niggas with 2 brain cells, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
to this day, is just still there and posting. It's weird, it's crazy, but aside from that, you may be actually wondering, well, what are we doing here? I've covered this story in the past, so what, are we just doing a rehash? No, because recently there has been a development in this
is this? Oh yeah, this the Connor kid. Yep.
story. So allow me to introduce you to Connor, who actually is the victim in this story. You see, when this story originally took place, Connor was 13 years
I was
old.
about to say, so he was 13 at the time. This was around like 2020, 2019, so about like 5 years ago. So he'd be 18 now. Yeah, he'd be like just turning 18 or like 17, 18 around there.
Old, and now he is around the age of 18.
Yeah, okay.
Which is quite insane to think, because it's been 5 years since this story erupted, and
I'm not gonna lie, 2020 felt like that shit was like 2 years ago max to me, bro. That's what I be saying. Yo, this is some shit I really began from the boss. I was telling the boss all the time. I'm like, yo, man, we gonna be good, bro. Heads ain't even trying to be on this jump. You know, where your parents all the time be trying to tell you, like, yo, heads don't want to grow up too fast, man. You don't want to grow too fast, because then life start going like this. Yo, the boss was right in her tees. I was like, damn, bro. I was like, bro, a week for me in this current day, like this past, like last week went by like this, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. Y'all go out, make memories and shit, bro. Time gonna get fast, especially when you gotta start adulting and shit. Like I say all the time, I ain't gonna hold you. We get responsibilities, yeah.
Still is not at the age that Zoe was at when he was being by
Yeah,
her.
that's also wild.
Zoe was 19 and he still has not reached that age.
Like he like just now was hitting 18. God damn, yeah, Zoe, now you're a demon.
Yes, Connor has returned to social media and has made absolute waves in the process, because what he did in his return was tell the story of what happened between him and Zoe, and in the process he has posted multiple receipts, multiple videos, and multiple screenshots, which ultimately...
Y'all think she gonna try to sue him? No, I don't think so. That would be dumb as shit on her part.
Just show that this
Especially
story...
with all the evidence and shit like that. See, again, I can relate this kind of like to the denim shit, where it's like, yo, we have all the proof to show that you most definitely participated in all this shit. Speaking, like, if I'm speaking specifically about the situation with the whole, you know what I'm saying, Ethan versus denim shit. Like, the CPS call, like, it's very clear to see that she was propagating and platforming a nigga bad and denying that shit. So, like, we have all the evidence against you. It would be dumb. This would be like the same shit. He got all the screenshots, all the text messages, the FaceTime calls, all that. Like, Zoe looked dumb as shit. She tried to sue him.
Story is somehow even worse than we originally thought. Because Zoe LaVerne has not only gotten away with a heinous crime for the last 5 years, but she has gotten away from a police investigation, and overall, the things that we originally thought that she did are actually fundamentally so much unbelievably worse.
It's worse? Oh, no. Oh, yeah, this shit is going to be absolutely terrible. I ain't gonna hold you. Oh, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be obviously good video. Shout out Adnabber, but this shit is gonna get heinous.
So what I want to do in today's video is actually go through the original story as it was coming out in 2020 and explore it in a quick and concise manner to really allow you to understand the real
114? And then Trilly's watching this shit? This motherfucker definitely about to be like 3 hours.
Context behind everything in this story.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Adnabber lying straight to your face. This shit not gonna be quick.
And then what I want to do is move into Connor's side of the story, his expose surrounding the entire situation, and with that and the original story in your mind, you will truly be able to understand how bad of a person Zoe LaVerne is, and why I am so flabbergasted that she has gotten away with this for so unbelievably long. And I don't say flabbergasted lightly.
I haven't heard that shit in so long. But yeah, nah, I'm telling you right now, half this shit already. We 6 minutes in. Baffling.
But yes, we're firstly going to get into chapter 1 or chapter 2, which is the original story of Zoe LaVerne. And before we do that, I do just want to put a warning saying, yes, there are going to be a lot of sensitive things that we're going to go through in the next part.
Here's y'all warning. I ain't gonna lie. This shit not phasing Trilly again. We done covered so many fucking dramas. I'm not surprised niggas are doing bullshit. I never will be. I never fucking... Yo, me and the boss cover Johnny Somali damn near daily. I'll never be surprised by any of these niggas on the internet.
This video, I will be using words to get around YouTube's, system, and I kind of will be describing things very fleetingly and lightly, and I'm not obviously going to go into any gruesome detail because I actually want this video to be viewed by people. And before we do that, I do just want to put in a quick shameless request. Could you please like this video, comment something down below,
already did it, gang.
And most importantly, subscribe to the channel.
Sub to Adnabber.
But with that, let's get into the original story.
Chapter 1, 2020 Zoe LaVerne.
So yes, the original 2020 allegations surrounding Zoe LaVerne. Let's get into them. On October the 24th, 2020, a former friend of Zoe LaVerne called Amber had her messages between herself and Zoe's ex-partner leaked. And in these messages, there is a lot of damning allegations directed towards Zoe LaVerne. It starts off with a message stating, "I'm going to be honest with you in hopes that this stays between you and I." Well, as we know,
it didn't.
That did not happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you in hopes this stays between you and I because I genuinely don't know what to do. I left because of her interactions with Connor. Things got very intense and it's something that I do not stand by whatsoever. Then she describes the actions between Zoe and...
So it's pedophilic. Yeah, I understand why I never want to say that because obviously you're putting out like... You be trying to state this shit as a fact and we're again dealing with motherfuckers already, bro. Just stating shit as facts can get you pretty fucked, but
the child, and it goes on to say, "I have told Zoe that if she stopped and minimized contact with him, that she would not have to lose me and it didn't have to come to that. So, she changed the story and said she was joking about the things with Connor, but I knew at that point she was lying and they were both lying. Connor
Okay, so we got a he said, she said type of shit. They both were on bullshittery, so I definitely can't wait to hear Connor's side of this shit.
had reached out to me a few times apologizing about lying, and he knows.
Wait, okay, Connor had reached out to me a few times, apologize. Okay, so he acknowledged that he was lying? Okay, so yeah, no, this shit really gonna be deep.
That I didn't deserve to be lied to, etc., and assured me that they stopped, but Dawson just reached out to me yesterday and said they still FaceTime all day, every day, and have not.
Stopped? So, in that case, wouldn't I'm saying Jack, the nigga's name is Connor. Wouldn't he be playing into this shit still? Because if you were telling the friend, like the friend of obviously Zoe, that like, yo, he's like apologize for still talking to her, all this shit, but then you still were on the phone with her, like, right? So I kind of looking hypocritical there, big bruv.
Stopped. So basically what's going on here is behind the scenes, before anything has come up publicly, Amber, a friend of Zoe, and the other people surrounding Zoe have kind of realized that there is this very, very inappropriate relationship between a 19-year-old and a 13-year-old.
Being Zoe and Connor, yep.
But then after that, it goes into moving into talking about more personal drama, which I don't really think I need to go through. But then we get into the final message where it goes back to the original topic stating, I know that I'll heal and I'll be alright mentally because of the support system I have here at home. Where I'm most worried about is Connor, because right now he won't understand because he's so young. But 10 years from now, he's going to look back and say to himself, I was ours.
Oh, god damn it, that shit still gets me fucked every time.
Or I.
Oh.
Because in all honesty, that's what it is.
So the day, like, see, but then that's the thing, though, because saying that he got raped and or like, shit, what word is this? I'm not even gonna lie to you. What? I don't even want to fucking know. It get heinous. My thing is that I thought the thing that Zoe did was like give him a kiss or whatever, which is still obviously inappropriate because of age gap. We already acknowledged that. But if he's gonna look back and say this to himself, which obviously he looked back and had something to say, what the fuck else happened? I know I never said it's gonna get worse, but oh hell nah.
And yeah, I think the most tragic part about that message is it wasn't 10 years, it wasn't even 5 years. From what you're going to see in recent developments...
Yeah, about like 4.5.
The victim, Connor, in this situation, realized very, very shortly after what took place...
Oh, fuck it, then I give it 4. Actually, didn't give it the 5. But then again, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of looking hypocritical on his end because if he texted the Zoe's friend saying that he was going to stop and he didn't, this is kind of partially his fault as well.
That what was going on was wrong, and yet Zoe manipulated him in the best way that she possibly could.
That is true, though. That is very true. Because again, then again, obviously, too, when you're getting... groomed, which obviously we don't want nobody going through this type of shit because it's fucking evil, you know what I'm saying? Obviously you may not even be knowing in some cases that you are being manipulated, but he acknowledged. But then my question still to that is like, he's 13 during that time and acknowledging this shit? Yeah, there's just a lot of fucked up shit going on.
Into staying quiet and into lying to everybody, and that is how she got away with this for so unbelievably long. Now at the time, these messages went absolutely viral, but of course at this point they were just allegations. There was no evidence to really support this. Connor hadn't said anything yet, and people on TikTok were just going through these messages and speculating around the information surrounding it. And within the public eye, there seemingly being no real evidence to back these claims, Zoe actually was surprisingly confident in combating these allegations. You see, she actually went on to a live stream where she was pretty much just flat out denying everything. And in hindsight, it is genuinely quite hilarious to hear some of the things
that she's saying in this shit, because obviously knowing the shit we have now, it's like, yo, GirlyPop, you're a fucking liar. Like, that shit is tough.
Said in this live stream,
I don't know where this screenshot came from. I don't know if Amber actually sent it. I don't know if it's photoshopped. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it was said, whatever the case is. But I am here to tell the
So you ain't confront her about it?
truth and tell you that I am 19 years old and I
We acknowledged.
know better than to
You didn't.
do anything with a 13-year-old minor.
You clearly fucking did not.
My career is set on minors. I have
Wait, what the fuck? What? Wait.
My career is set on minors. I have little kids that look up to me on a daily basis.
She better clarify real fucking quickly, because what the hell does that mean? Now, obviously, I say this shit all the time, too, especially when you have, like, a TikTok-style audience, bro. Your shit goes out broad as fuck, bro. So who the fuck do you think is gonna be your main audience in that case? Jits. This is the shit which is, like, undeniable. This is the same kind of shit that's going on with, like, Kai, bro, because of the style of content he makes, and then obviously TikTok and shit like that. It's mainly fucking Jits watching. So I can understand that for her. But you fucking preyed on one of them. This is the problem. Like, yo, of course you can have audience of children, especially in your demographic, which... Your fucking demographic was basically Charlie D'Amelio's, as we can fucking see earlier in the vid. So that makes sense. But, yeah, clearly your actions were heinous in this, John. So you're blatantly lying. But obviously we know this now.
Basis. Yes, maybe in my past I've done things that is not very mature to do in front of minors and, you know, vaped whatever in front of them. If that was the case, that was the case, etc.
Getting a vape? Who fucking cares?
But the fact of people saying that I one of my best friends that was a supporter of me for...
Actually, nah. Let me not even say that, too. That's fucking dumb. Because obviously you should care. You wouldn't want to fucking be promoting, like, vaping the jits and shit like that. Yeah, no, that actually... Chili's a dumbass. That's exactly why you gotta argue with yourself.
3 years is unacceptable, is disgusting, makes me sick.
Well, more or less what I'm thinking about is, as far as that too, like with the vape thing, it's like in comparison to what she's doing, like I'm not gonna give a shit about that. I'm gonna give a shit about you again trying to prey on a fucking 13-year-old. Like that shit is pretty major in comparison.
My stomach literally makes me want to throw up. I can't even like imagine.
You can't imagine what you did?
Can't even ever imagine doing something like that, considering
Huh?
I know what's right and wrong.
So yeah, obviously...
Well, that's bullshit, but hey, they do say actions speak louder than words, so your words, we ain't hearing them shits. Your actions definitely heard that shit.
She's very confident here. She's very
shouldn't
confident
be.
in shutting these things down. It's all rumors, it's all drama, it's all just a bunch of toxicity
I
on the
would
internet.
never do that. Bro, my audience is set on kids. I would never do that. So then how the fuck did we get here? These are the good questions.
Until 3 days later. Because you see, Zoe had a private Instagram known as a Finsta, and on that page, a few things leaked. And well, honestly, I can't really show what leaked directly because I'm not really comfortable in providing the evidence of what was going on here, but these clips are all over the internet now. They're in multiple articles, there are multiple YouTube videos. I'm trying to present this in a way where this video doesn't get age restricted.
Yeah, he'd like to keep the video up, so we can't show the obvious bullshittery that she did.
But basically, the things that got leaked from this Instagram were edits that Zoe had seemingly made herself of her and the 13-year-old victim embracing each other, being very close with each other, and most importantly, kissing each other.
Zoe, what happened to you never doing this with fucking minors? You would never do this with heads of your audience. Real interesting.
I'm not joking, this was actually on this Instagram account, and Zoe had been flaunting this proudly and seemingly been posting like her and Connor, the 13-year-old, were in some form of extremely disturbing relationship.
Bruh, is she gonna use like the plausible deniability that like she did? Well, no, she can't even use that shit, and there's no way to, bruh. She definitely knew this nigga's age.
But yeah, as I said, I'm not going to share these clips, but as you can see here, they definitely went viral at the time. Accounts were even being created called The Downfall of Zoe LaVerne, and people were even pointing out that the victim was so young in this
that
case.
is next level hater shit, but honestly, she does deserve it.
That his voice had not even dropped.
Well, yeah, he's 13. The nigga just hit puberty.
Which is obviously
What the
so
fuck?
incredibly disturbing. And I've read a few comments that we'll get into later of people being like, I have a younger brother that's the same age that Connor was then, and it's horrific to think that
That's what I'm
someone
saying.
of Zoe's age could even be
Getting all close and all disgusting. Yeah, you niggas need to be handled, bro. You niggas need to be handled. Like,
to engage in those activities. It's just so disturbing, and when you really think about it, it does just kind of bringing the sheer insanity that she has managed to get away with these heinous crimes. And yes, let's not sugarcoat it, what has taken place here is certainly a crime, and I know I'm jumping ahead in a timeline here, but it is just so wild that she got away with it, but also still shamelessly shows her face on social media. But what makes it even more...
Because what it's the better question is, like, what else was she gonna get into? Her whole career was basically being a fucking Kika Kim of goddamn Charlie D'Amelio. Charlie D'Amelio is irrelevant now, even if she still damn near got like 200 million followers on TikTok. No one gives a fuck about her ass. So who the fuck is gonna give a shit about her? That's the thing. Like, niggas just really don't care no more. Like, obviously her name come up and we talk about it like, yo, niggas will condemn her shit. But real life, there, no one cares. And this the only thing she gonna do. She about to go get an actual job or some shit. Not saying that she can't. Maybe she should do that in the first place. But I don't know. This is honestly where she's at. Fuck it. We gonna keep her there, bro. She wanna be on the Brain Rot app fucking doing all this John. As long as she not fucking with no more A minors. Yeah, we're good. But she a mom now. I don't know if that's even good, but I would hope she would not do that shit, especially being a parent.
Bizarre is that at the time of this controversy erupting and getting spoken about by more and more people, Zoe's mother launched a defense of her daughter's actions, telling people to stop, where you can see these quotes here where she says, anyone can reach over and kiss someone.
Yeah, no, and definitely not a 13-year-old.
They're best friends.
Yeah, they shouldn't be best friends. 1913.
And this needs to stop, you guys.
Yeah, their shit does need to stop, even though you're talking about the hate. But no, their shit, Zoe and Connor, that shit needed to stop.
Why are you doing this?
Because that shit's disgusting.
Anybody can reach over and kiss somebody. They're best friends, and this needs to stop, you guys. Why are you doing this?
Well, Debs, we're doing this because your daughter deserves to be in a jail cell.
Yo, I could not imagine the boss coming up and saying some shit like this, bro. Yo, the boss would be crashing the fuck out, bro.
And I think what makes this particularly disturbing is you have an adult woman, a mother of a child.
That's what I'm saying. That's why, like, yo, we always say, shout out the boss, man. I can't take that old lady. We love the boss. Like we said on time, check us out in the description. You already know. Mom and Tro's down there. Yo, the boss here in a situation like this, the boss is like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Boy, this shit need to be deaded ASAP. Yo, the boss would not be playing around with none of this bullshit. Like, yo.
Child who I understand wants the best for her child, but surely she should think...
Yeah, and the best for her child would be, hey, why the fuck are you best friends with a 13-year-old, GirlyPop? You're 19. You should probably be best friends with a girl that's your age or some shit. That would be great.
If someone ever tried to do this to her child when they were that age, they would be repulsed, disturbed, and would do anything to protect their child.
Yeah, and that's also the level of blatant hypocrisy. Like, yeah, like I never just said, if her mom saw this shit happen to Zoe, she would be flipping the fuck out, guaranteed.
And now, when it's happening to another child, she's defending the criminal in this situation.
And don't believe everything you hear.
It's outstanding.
Don't believe the hype, except the hype is what was real.
In the worst possible way. This person should be outright and absolutely ashamed of herself. But she has launched multiple defenses of Zoe LaVerne, and it's just so hard to understand why. Over the years of the drama sphere on social media getting more and more popular, getting more clicks surrounding it, more money coming into it, the terminology of predator and groomer has been thrown around quite a lot.
Yeah, this is the whole thing with buzzwords. Like, a lot of these words are just basically losing fucking meaning because of how many niggas on the internet are just sloppily saying this shit about every single person to describe them in every single way. I'm like, my nigga, bro. But this shit right here, again, a 19-year-old, 13-year-old doing these type of fucking acts, inappropriate. Like, this shit, it's giving groom. It's giving groom, which is awful, bro. Shit nasty.
And in some cases, in ways that it absolutely should not be. But this is not one of those cases. What we have here is fundamentally, to the dictionary definition, a predator that has taken advantage of their position of power and used it in the most disturbing way possible. Now, thankfully, at the time, most people on social media saw what Zoe's mother was doing as just an absolutely heinous thing.
I'm about to say, yeah, some absolute fucking bullshit.
Zoe was inevitably just dubbed as another TikTok predator. And I guess it does just beg the question of, well, what was Zoe's response now? Because we've seen her get onto social media and staunchly defend herself.
God damn, like, yo, this shit in hindsight really is fucking awful, really, when you think about it heftily. I see why I never talk about, like, this shit just looks so fucking stupid, and then 3 days after the shit got, like, actually leaked. Oh my god, so, but honestly, I don't really expect anything low-key. Like, it's not like I expected some better shit, to be real.
And tried to debunk things, but now there is actually evidence, so what did she do? Well, she ran away.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yes, following back...
Hey, at least she didn't drop, like, one of the worst dog shit apologies of all time. Yet, she might have. I ain't gonna lie, we only 15, 16 into the video. But as far as I'm concerned, she ain't pull out a ukulele, so at least it didn't get that bad.
Joey LaVerne deleted her Instagram account and then went onto her private Instagram, ZLPFandom02, which apparently is some form of account where all of her most dedicated fans will follow Zoe for the more private and personal interactions. Now, I've seen this sort of thing in the past with these types of stories, but it's usually not a private Instagram account these, fans go to. It's usually an island, and people go... I'll move on. But yes, on this account, Zoe was speaking to her most dedicated fans, and she said, "Thank you for everything, really. But for right now, I don't think I'll be back on social media again."
Yeah, you probably shouldn't ever. I don't know why you're back now.
I have a lot to think about.
You should have thought about a lot of shit before this.
I really don't want to leave you guys.
You should not be interacting with any of your audience anymore.
But I'm tired of feeling this way.
You could have never felt this way.
I'm tired of crying and hurting.
You could have not been crying or hurting if you did not associate with this minor.
It's nothing but negativity to me anymore.
Well deserved. Again, associations kissing a minor.
Or I love you so much.
It seems like you did Connor too, so that's tough.
So yes, she was running away from her responsibilities. She was running away from the criticism, but more importantly, she was doing something which she will do for the rest of her career, and that is try to shape her as a victim.
Oh, the victim complex. Lovely. Only people are doing shit to her. It's totally like we didn't catch her ass fucking with that 13-year-old. Holy shit. Man, who would have knew, bruh? She's the only one getting harassment and shit. It's so crazy.
Focus on crying and negativity. It's honestly quite embarrassing, but I can see what she's doing here. She's trying to make this into some form of victim narrative where she is also a victim of, I guess, the social media hate train.
Everyone is. Oh my god, this is why these videos turn into fucking yap sessions. If you are going to start posting on social media, whether it be YouTube, TikTok, IG, Snapchat, whatever the fuck, Pinterest, who even gives a shit, Twitter, you better get your ass ready, because no matter what, no matter how good of a nigga you are, your ass is getting criticism. There is going to be some nigga that fucking hates you. That's tough. You don't have to have every nigga like you, but if you're going in thinking that's how it's going to be, it's not. And if you can't accept that you're going to get criticism, do not fucking post on social media. I'm so tired of this shit. This goddamn victim bully cry bully shit. It's so fucking annoying. Like, yo, fuck off, bro. You're going to get criticism because you decided to open up your yapper, or you decided to move your fucking body and do these dumbass actions. That shit is so annoying. Like,
which is, one of my favorite textbook things that influencers that are caught in controversy, they
do
love
all the
to
time.
do this where there's obvious criticism facing them and we all understand why they're facing that criticism, and rather than face it head on and rather than
yo, I'm not gonna do it, but I talked about him earlier. Y'all know exactly who the fuck does this shit to a goddamn T, and I'm gonna tell you right now, yes, it is the niggas that are moving like planets.
explain their actions and apologize. They say, social media is so toxic and negative, and it's like, okay, maybe rather than question the people who are being toxic to you, question yourself and ask the question of,
thank you. Thank you. Like, okay, these niggas on the internet are saying I'm a fucking moron and idiot. I did some really heinous shit. Huh? Did I do some really heinous shit? I don't think so. What the fuck? That is...
why? Why?
Every time. Thank you, iNabber. What is my thing? What do I go back to every time? Why? Why do any of this shit? I don't even understand how half of these motherfuckers be getting into this shit. I don't know. Yo, I'd be fourth wall breaking on y'all ass, bro. I'm posting YouTube videos. I'm not talking to no niggas on no Instagram DMs, none of that shit. Unless niggas sending a slop. Sloppy. Love to see it. I'm not going to go meet up no niggas. Fuck that. This is exactly how you get fucking allegations. Fuck that shit. Maybe niggas are more expressive than me. They want to go out do more shit. That's cool. But some of y'all niggas want to go out and do too much shit. Start doing too many interactions. Nah, I'm good. I'll stay my dumb ass in the basement, not texting nobody. We have videos to record. This is how you avoid the why. This is how you just never get to the why. Because you don't even get in these fucking scenarios.
Are people being toxic and negative towards you right now, Zoe LaVerne? Is it because you were caught engaging in illegal activities with a 13-year-old fan? Because that might be it. But yes,
that sounds like the one! Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro?
Seemingly proven allegations circling and so many people speaking about this once famous TikToker, people started to ask the question, now Zoe had run away, of had she been arrested? What was going on? And was this really just the end of Zoe's career? Could she now be in a jail cell?
Yeah, I doubt that she got arrested, but I never was talking about the whole police report thing, so I guess the police were involved at some point. But her main job was to fucking leave because she just didn't want to get hit with backlash no more. Which, again, if she just didn't want to get hit with backlash, she probably just shouldn't have did this shit. Or actually, not probably. She definitely should not have done this bullshit.
Well, sadly, as you already know at this point, no, that did not happen. Because shortly after running away, Zoe could not help herself and she returns to her private island stating, "Hello, I know that there are a lot of you disappointed in me."
Bruh. Oh my god.
And you have every right to be. I will address this as soon as I can get my Instagram back. I can't get back into it due to my number being changed, and I would like to say that I am aware of what leaked. But Connor was not, and I'm changing the word here, but he was not SA'd. But yes, we did kiss. Now immediately, what Zoe is trying to do here is again change the narrative surrounding this situation.
I'm about to say, is she downplaying it? She might be downplaying. We need more info.
Because she says here that yes, there was no form of, well, it does say the R word, but no form of SA. But the reality is in law, unwanted kissing is a form of SA. And in terms of the context of who Zoe was kissing, it was a
yeah, that's a whole factor in it. Obviously, consensuality and shit like that.
13-year-old child, and Zoe was a 19-year-old adult. And if there's something that I think we all know, is that a 13-year-old child cannot consent.
Yep.
And therefore, in legal terms, what was going on here was unwanted kissing. Therefore, that would be deemed as SA. So what Zoe is saying here is ultimately just a complete lie, and she has absolutely, don't get it twisted, committed a crime. And again, I know that I'm repeating myself here, but it is just so bewildering that the police did not do anything in this situation. There was no legal repercussions whatsoever, despite there being a mountain of evidence directed towards Zoe in this situation. But yeah, getting back into it after this, she says that they never had a relationship, but she actually does confirm that they did catch feelings for each other.
What the fuck? Yo, oh hell nah, bro. You caught feelings for a fucking 13-year-old? Yo, you niggas are fucking done, bro. You niggas are fucking done. I don't understand. How the fuck do you just say this shit on the internet and you're still actually posting? Now, this shit really is baffling. How the fuck do you just admit to having feelings for a fucking 13-year-old and your ass is still posting to this day? This makes no fucking sense. What the fuck? Yo. What the hell? Yo.
After being so close.
Yo, there's no... Bro, this is actual bullshit. Holy fuck.
She then kind of defends herself by saying that these videos were from months ago, and we both realized that it was so wrong, and we both...
Who fucking cares? You still did them in the first place. Yo, I can't even write my fucking timestamps, bro. This shit is...
Cut it off. This is genuinely so outrageous for multiple reasons.
This is fucking insane. I don't even know, bruh.
But the main one being, obviously, she is just outright self-reporting here.
Exactly.
Like, why would...
I'm like, my nigga, yes, we did catch feelings for each other after being so close. So not only did you admit that you were close as fuck to the niggas, obviously we saw you kissing the nigga, cuddling with the nigga, all that shit. You admit that you were actually like sexually attracted to this nigga. Fuck, not that shit. Bust that shit out. Fuck the clapping. Her ass will never get a clap, nigga. That shit is dead. Or what the fuck? Yo, I'm actually fucking baffled, bro. This is actually the wildest shit I ever seen, bro.
You admit to these things, it's only just more evidence of everything that has been said about you. But another thing to note here is that she keeps using the word we. She says, we did.
Nah, this ain't we. This you, little bro. This you. Yo, again, yo, that minor you were fucking with, he can't consent. That shit dead, bro.
And, you know, we realized that it was wrong, and we both cut it off.
Oh my fucking God.
Now, the reason that she's doing that here is because she's also now trying to manipulate the audience into thinking.
Yeah, she's trying to downplay this shit. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so now I was right.
That the victim,
like, it wasn't as bad and all that type of shit, bro. They both were on this type of time, and nah, this was you fucking Jazz. I ain't gonna hold you.
This situation is also somehow in the wrong by using the words of we. She's trying to kind of make them a group collective when the reality.
See, and then that's a whole nother thing, because earlier I was saying in the vid, and then John, like, oh, well, he participated in this shit too, but obviously thinking in this shit in hindsight, actually using his fucking brain, Trilly, smart as shit, right? Fucking, yeah, obviously he can't consent to this, duh, and all that type of shit. Like,
is there is only one.
But then my question, I still am questioning, like, what like the messages I'm assuming that was sent to Amber, her friend, like from Zoe, like the Jones that was said to her from Connor. I still want to know more about that, because that's like, what's going on? Like,
wrong here, and that is Zoe.
Yeah, the main fucking, obviously, titular villain. We know who the fuck that is.
LaVerne. But it is an incredibly manipulative tactic, which honestly has probably worked considering she is still somehow getting millions of views on her TikTok page. And that's just so messed up when you consider the fact that he had only just become a teenager. He was a child, and Zoe at the time was 1 year, or well, less than a year off from her 20s. She then says that this was not meant to be on social media and that she's sorry that you had to see it, and in brackets.
But who the fuck posted it? Weren't you the one that posted that shit? Wasn't it on your story?
It's puts, I removed people that left or that I thought would be rude to me, which in short basically means that.
So you made that shit an echo chamber. Facts. I feel it.
She was removing people that were criticizing.
Criticizing her. Exactly. Like, you made that shit an echo chamber. Just like, again, the fucking orbiters, dumbasses. Like, yo, oh my God. Yo, that's so fucked, bro. Because you already know, in spaces like that, no one is ever going to be critical against you. Why would they, bro? Come on, we're all part of the orbit.
Her, and rightly so. So instead of being rude in the comments, please just understand what I have wrote. Thank you.
No, I understand it to a fucking T, and that's exactly why your ass needs to be criticized.
Connor and I have had no communication for 3 days now.
Whoop-de-doo, 3 fucking days. 3 days ago, you were still chatting with this fucking minor.
We are still friends.
You shouldn't be at all. You shouldn't even be interacting at all.
But we think it's best to stop talking.
Yeah, no shit.
And work on each other's mental health.
Again, yeah, no fucking shit. You should have been worked on your mental, because your mental got you fucking with a 13-year-old.
And spend time with our families. Now, what's crazy about this is this, if you read it without any context whatsoever, you would think that this is like some form of press release where a celebrity has been caught cheating on their partner, and now they're like, oh, yeah, we're gonna focus on each other's mental health, and we're gonna...
Word, like, nah, so you was really on your... You was really trying to do your best EDP impression, huh? That shit is crazy.
Spend time with our families, because that's the right thing to do. But the reality is what she's talking about here is her a 13-year-old child. This isn't some big TikTok terrible celebrity drama.
Like, I still can't even believe this shit is real. Like, this fucking... Yo, that fucking caption she put is a real thing, bro. She, like, genuinely admitted... Holy... Oh, and it's back on the fucking screen. Oh, thanks. Yeah, never had a relationship, but we did catch feelings for each other to being so close. This is actually fucking... It's like, this is astonishing that she would post this shit. Like, how the fuck do you just... Fuck airing out the business. You just blatantly gave them your whole shit right here.
This is a very serious thing that she is trying so desperately to change and spin the narrative to almost make this look like some form of normal thing. And I think, honestly, that is so unbelievably disturbing. And I have said in the past that I don't think Zoe is taking this situation seriously, or she doesn't seem to understand the sheer gravity of the situation. But I actually take that back now. I think she absolutely does understand what's going on here. She does understand the sheer gravity and weight of the situation.
Or maybe now, but she didn't during that time, because if she did, she would have maybe not have done this shit.
But she's just a terrible person. She is fundamentally an evil person, and I think that
Oh, well, after seeing this, that's something that I think we all knew.
only is proven when you look at her next posts of where she came back very shortly after the post that we just went.
Coming back to TikTok ever got canceled for the 100th time? Yes, and you got canceled for a very, 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 very justified reasons, though. I ain't gonna lie. That shit is not looking cute, hun.
Through. Because yes, Zoe did make a return to TikTok, and the return actually seemingly went down well in terms of numbers, and when you look at the return posts, it's just so crazy. Because as you can see,
I don't give a fuck about numbers. See, I always say, this is the same shit. This is why I always say that well, not even why. The dislike extension is what I'm about to get into. And that shit is fucking bullshit. Again, I'm going to keep saying that. Nick Duro was putting out all the info. That shit is dumb. It's just bullshit. The main overall, John, is the PR surrounding you and your name. And as far as I'm concerned, seeing her shit, I don't give a fuck if she had came back. I'm like, yo, actually, you shouldn't have come back. Do you know why you had to come back and had to leave in the first place? Oh.
In this jokey post here, she states, me coming back to TikTok after I got cancelled for the 100th time. I mean, this is just fundamentally one of the craziest and most wild posts I think I have ever seen. You were not cancelled. You were exposed for committing one of the worst crimes you
Well, no. She definitely got canceled. She's getting fucking canceled. There's no way. Like, the shit she's doing is definitely a cancelable offense. But yeah, I know where it's coming from. She did, like, this is, like, because cancel, when you think of canceled, most of the time it's canceled because someone said or did, like, said doing some crazy shit or whatever, and it's mainly, like, online shit. Her shit is, like, we didn't push fully into, like, yo, we might be seeing your ass next to Diddy. So it's like, I feel where I never coming from, where it's like, nah, this ain't even canceled. It is canceled, at least on the internet tip, partially, because clearly she still got glazers and or niggas that watch her. But yeah, nah, her overall PR, that shit done. Like, her, even in her real life, John, she should have been done, but this goes, nothing happens at all.
Could possibly commit. This post right here is such a manipulative way to spin the narrative, because once again, she is also trying to shape it like she's a victim, stating that she was cancelled, which is another thing that so many people love to do when they're exposed for some heinous actions of, oh, I was cancelled by the woke mob, guys. And it's like, no, you were called out for messaging kids. And again,
blatantly.
and she's stating here that she was cancelled, but look at the views. Look at the views she's getting.
This shit crazy, because I'm really thinking about not like us right now, and it's like, what the fuck did you say? Make sure you hide your little sister from him. Nah, motherfucker, make sure you hide your little brother from him, nigga. What the fuck? No, bro. Let me chill. This shit is not funny, but realistically, though, no, we need to start hiding niggas' little brothers, because what the fuck, again, so, do we have going on here? And then, oh, this shit... Like, I'm really feeling what I never say. Like, this shit is so fucking annoying and heinous. Because it's like, yo, she's really trying to pretend like this shit was just some nothing burger. Like, she ain't really do some actual fucking heinous ass shit. This is crazy, bro. Damn, and she still got a career to this day. Oh, career. TikTok shit.
2025, after all of this, if cancel culture really exists, how is Zoe LaVerne still on social media?
I would say cancel culture still exists, but it's not as prevalent as back then. But even still, then that would add credence to the argument that iNabber's making, where it's like, if cancel culture was more prevalent back in 2020, why the fuck is her ass not in a jail cell?
With 20 plus million followers and still has a career. But insanely enough, it doesn't end there. Because with that response, yes, there was a lot of people out there that were still supporting Zoe, and ironically enough, that's probably because she had a child audience who didn't really understand right from wrong. But obviously, there were people like myself and other content creators.
Oh, yes. Okay. iNabber right now is literally explaining the Lala CD equation. I talk about this shit all the time. The 50, the 25, the 25. iNabber, me, other heads that make videos on heads like this, obviously calling out and condemning their actions, 25%. These are the niggas that cause the bleed. The 50%, at least in Zoe's case, is like the fucking, obviously the jits in the audience. They're fucking stupid young bulls, they're whatever. They're not like dumb, but like they're kids. Niggas don't know responsibility. They're fucking jits. You know what I'm saying? They gonna learn that shit when they actually grow up. You know what I'm saying? But, and then there's the other 25 that just doesn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So this is where it's at. Like, yeah, that 25, this 25, I never, me, other heads, started bleeding into her 50. It's like, nah, bro, you're getting fucking cooked.
Who were calling out Zoe and were using their
Hey, is that Papa Gut? Hold on, yo.
Call out these heinous actions, and that led to Zoe getting onto multiple live streams where she called out the people criticizing her.
Oh, let's hear this.
Now, firstly, I just want to show you a few clips that I found from an old Jay Aubrey video covering this topic of where I'm just going to allow Zoe to do the talking and to do her defending. Because what you're about to see is one of the most manipulative things that Zoe could have possibly...
Listen, trust me, I'm going to tell you right now, she don't got a Mangekyo. She definitely don't got an EMS either. And for sure, even if she had a Gios, that shit not working on me. We going to see her ass later. Fuck, did she think she Ayana Koji or some shit?
Done, and that is use the testimony of her own victim to deflect from these allegations.
Yeah, you mean the victim who was still legit in that case and you literally told this nigga most likely to lie? The fuck?
Hi everyone. There was no interactions between me and Zoe.
It's real funny because, you know, this part of iNabber's video, it seems like Connor had a lot to say about this shit.
I don't know where that was coming from. I don't know if the texts were photoshopped, if what was the case, whatever.
Yes, I realize that I did. I'm not saying that I didn't do anything wrong because I know I did something wrong and I know it was wrong. Their decisions, not mistakes. Okay.
You know, I had to really sit there and listen. Their decisions, not mistakes. Facts. Well, no, they are mistakes. Actually, see, I don't... Yeah, no. It's a mistake. Because a mistake is clearly, like, obviously doing something wrong, which is... She did something wrong, but her shit, my main prevalent thing on that is, yeah, it's a decision. She could have decided not to start fucking around with this 13-year-old. Keep saying this shit. She could have just not did that. Like, hey, man, I probably shouldn't really be fucking cuddling up, kissing this nigga.
All right, you're probably like 5.
Ironic.
Yeah. I must really be 5. So go ahead and explain to me why I'm 5.
So let me explain to you something really quickly.
Go ahead. I want you to.
Mistakes made by decisions you make.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. No one, anyone.
You did.
Even told you guys that didn't
She says Connor here about Jay Aubrey originally muted it for privacy concerns as Connor was 13 at the time. Yeah, that makes sense. Obviously, you want to censor, you know, jits.
happen. Yet you still use that.
Now, for me personally, this is one of the most disturbing things that I think Zoe has done throughout this entire story.
It's just like, it's just like stupid. It's just dumb. Like, she's trying to play manipulation. She's trying to, again, like downplay the shit and frame it in another way to change the narrative. And it's just blatantly failing in front of my face. Like, I don't...
Because what she's saying is that, yes, Connor even told you that these things did not happen. But the reality is Connor only told us these things
because, again, like I said like a minute ago, who the fuck do you think told him to say this shit? Like...
Because he had been manipulated. He was a 13-year-old child who did not know right from wrong. He probably, or definitely, did not understand to the full context of what was really going on.
Oh, man,
and Zoe used those manipulated words as a way to defend herself. And it really does just show how despicable this person is. She couldn't say sorry. She couldn't just come onto a platform and apologize.
Nope.
Instead, she lied to us all multiple times. She lied about the situation and even manipulated and got into the head of her victim even further as a way to desperately get away with her heinous actions. And
it's that victim shit, bro. I'm telling you, that victim complex, bro. Or that, I wouldn't even say like cry bully, because then she would have to be doing shit to other heads or whatever the fuck. So yeah, it's not even really cry bully, but yeah, it's 100% victim complex.
Now, whilst I said that things were originally going pretty well for Zoe, her audience were still accepting her and watching her TikToks, it was very obvious that this was not going to last for much longer. It was very obvious that the adults were actually going to come in, put the piece...
The bleed! The bleed was gonna happen. I told niggas, bro. The bleed, it'll take a while, bro. Sometimes it takes a while because niggas' audiences is so big and broad. But once motherfuckers really keep talking about this shit, keep condemning, keep criticizing these fucking niggas' crazy ass actions, there, some of these motherfuckers' heinous ass actions is done. That 25 is cutting right the fuck through the 50. I'm gonna see y'all niggas later, bro. It's dead. And they're gonna be like, oh, you're trying to deplatform heads and all that type of shit. Actually, better. Let me take these shits off. For Zoe LaVerne, we're going to see her ass later. I don't know why the fuck she still has a platform. So yes, her ass can be deplatformed. What the fuck? But for other niggas, yeah, obviously be taking it to a degree. But nah, with her, no. The bleed is gonna happen to her ass. Like it should have been happened to her ass. And again, she's still posting on TikTok today or whatever. It's not like I want her to be doing anything crazy or like terrible in terms of like lifestyle, whatever. Because she got a kid. I don't want to see nobody's family doing overall horrible. But her herself having a platform, TikTok, all this shit should have been cut out. I don't even know why the fuck she's still posting videos.
Together and just kind of come to the conclusion that yes, this is a predator and something needs to be done.
Yep.
So Zoe responded yet again. Because yes, she jumped onto another live stream where she defended her actions. No, she didn't really apologize. She just basically let the world know that everything that was being said about her is absolutely fundamentally true. And yes, she is a predator.
What? What?
The live stream starts off with Zoe once again, rather than taking any accountability, blaming everybody other than herself.
No, you're lying, bro. I'm about to tear her ass a new one. Alright.
Oh my god, there's a lot of people in here. Okay. So I wasn't going to address the situation until Connor and I had communication to talk. So
you should never be talking to that nigga, especially during that time as a little nigga, ever again. What the fuck are we doing?
We could both go live together and talk about it, but
both go live together? Yo, she was really a fucking idiot during this shit. I mean, clearly.
He, I'm pretty sure he's gonna go live probably after he sees this, if he sees this. So if he's on here, pretty sure he'll go live and address the situation too. But as you guys all know, some stuff got leaked about me and Connor, and I just wanted to come on live and tell y'all the truth and tell y'all that, like...
Yes, you already told us the truth, that you did have feelings for the little nigga and that you were getting close as fuck, yeah.
A lot of people are making this out to be something that it's not.
But you told us directly what it was.
And making it to be worse than it seems.
It was! Nah, Zo. Where the fuck are we at? 2902? Nah, I'm going directly back to that shit. I do not fucking care. Hold on, bro. Because she's really out here bullshitting to the heaviest degree I've ever seen. Did you or did you not fucking say? And I mean bar for fucking bar right here. Connor and I kissed, yes. Never had a relationship, but we did catch feelings for each other after being so close. What the fuck is she talking about? This come directly from your other spam shit. What? Nah, you ain't bullshitting me. Not today. That shit not happening.
Making it to be worse than it seems.
Zoe, I would
That's how I feel. like, excuse me?
Even in 2025, love an explanation on how you kissing, you as a 19-year-old.
You admitting that you directly had feelings for a fucking jit. I need you to tell me how niggas is taking that one and misconstruing it.
Kissing a 13-year-old being blown out of proportion. I would really like you to explain to us how this is being made out to supposedly be worse than it actually is.
Wait, the controversy of 20-year-old TikTok star Zoe LaVerne from kissing a 13-year-old to allegedly selling photos of her newborn. I need to see more on this. There's no way she's selling pictures of her kids.
Seems. Because from my perspective, this is one of the worst things that I've ever seen on social media. So I would love to hear your explanation.
Me too.
I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know that I didn't groom Connor.
You did.
Wouldn't do that to him.
You did.
Literally love Connor to death. They wouldn't do anything.
You clearly did. You definitely did love the nigga.
Thing to Connor ever without consent. Connor.
Cap. That's literally cap. He was a jit. He couldn't consent.
Connor and I both consented to kissing.
He can't. Even if he could say words and shit, he's a jit. He really don't know right from wrong. We just discussed this.
That was how it went. We both liked each other, and then we realized that the ages were too different.
You just realized that. You, as a fucking 19-year-old, had just realized that in that moment. You're a dumbass.
Nothing happened between us besides kissing, and
I'm like, I mean, that would have been even worse, but it's still like, not like this shit is even better. Like,
I'm saying that now. Like, I'm really sick of people thinking that we did other stuff besides kiss.
So not only is Zoe incredibly evil, but she's also fundamentally just, well, and look,
stupid as fuck. Yeah, a fucking idiot.
look, YouTube TOS, I'm not being mean or
I don't
bully.
give a shit about TOS. The money from this video is probably fucking gone already with how many times, you know, Trilly got a fucking mouth of a sailor. I don't give a shit though. Yeah, she's dumb as hell for this.
In here, I'm just making some analysis because, well, she is stupid. Like, like she's
Room temperature IQ type shit.
dumb. Why would you admit these things? Because what she just admitted here, ladies
So
and gentlemen,
fucking dumb.
is a crime.
I'm saying, yeah, man. I totally was just, you know, French kissing, giving the fucking 13-year-old lip service. God, you know, it didn't go anything farther than that, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, it's not even as bad. Like, what the... Yo, this shit is so fucking disgusting, bro. What the fuck? Yeah, so I'm trying to tell you, this shit, it just, as we see more and more shit, it is blowing my fucking mind that she still has a TikTok in this day. It's
Because a
insane.
13-year-old in the United States of America cannot consent to these types of activities. And you, an adult, have taken advantage of that child who could not consent. Which, word for word, dictionary definition in law, is a crime. So again, I'll say it for a millionth time, I don't understand how she has gotten away with everything.
I'm still
when
trying to
she
figure it out
word
right
for
now.
word has admitted to the things that she has been accused of here. She's just defended it with, oh, we both consented.
Can't happen.
Which in US law
Yeah.
does not make any sense. You
Like-
cannot have a 13-year-old consenting to these actions. So fundamentally, she is just admitting to a criminal action. And you have to just start to ask
Like,
questions.
blatantly on live to, like, how many niggas are in that shit? Like, 26, 29,000? Holy shit.
Of why have the police done nothing? Now after this, Zoe goes on to make further defenses of her terrible
Yeah,
actions, and the
29K,
main one being
goddamn.
of, oh guys, this happened months ago.
No way. No way she says this shit. Hold on.
Like that's any form
no
of valid
way.
defense.
Hold on, please.
I just wanted to come
way
on
she says
live and let you guys know that it stopped months ago. It hasn't
Why did it happen in the first place, though? You're not answering the questions.
been a thing for a while now. Connor and I don't have communication right now due to our parents both agreeing
Good! You should never... Oh my god. There is no fucking way. This is why I keep saying, like, yo, some of y'all niggas cannot have TikTok. Clout will destroy your fucking lives, as we can see. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
to cut our contact and give us both time to heal and from social media, because social media is
You mean time
very-
for him to heal? Cause you looking here like you don't even give a fuck, really. Like, this shit... Yo, this shit is crazy, bro.
toxic to us right now.
They're what? Wait.
From social media, because social media is very toxic to us right now.
You rightfully so. Him, not as much.
And we're both just kind of hurting. We're trying to like laugh off the situation because we both realized back then that it was just like not right, and that the
Why
age
the fuck did you not first lay eyes on the little nigga and been like, yeah, this shit would never be right?
just weren't appropriate.
Now, firstly, let's be real here. What she's trying to do here is, once again, create a victim narrative. Because, yes, she speaks about how she's hurting and trying to heal, and social media is just so sad and unbelievably
That's what I'm
toxic.
saying, but like I just said, it doesn't look like she's even hurt, though. She don't even... The only reason she's hurt or whatever is because she got fucking backlash. This shit is wild.
And again, I'll ask you the question of why is social media being toxic towards you?
Excellent question. The question that I'll keep asking throughout this entire video because she won't answer that motherfucker.
I am so sick and tired of hearing these influencers complain about toxicity when the toxicity is absolutely justified. But also, now, let's talk about her defense here, where she's stating that, oh yeah, this was months ago, and that's apparently a good form of defense.
It stopped months ago. It hasn't been a thing for a while now.
Look,
it should have never been a thing.
let's be so for real here, people. I do not care. I do not care that this was months ago at the time, and honestly, if we were 5 years in the future now and this was 10 years ago, I still would not care.
Would not have cared, exactly, because still during that time, you were fucking with a minor as an adult.
What you have done here...
Or a legal adult or whatever, because, yo, they say 18, age of consent, yada yada, we already know that. 21 is when you could drink alcohol, you know what I'm saying, smoke whatever you want to do, whatever. 25 is when your prefrontal cortex fully develops, and I'm telling you right now, niggas are still not adults till they're like fucking 40. So I ain't gonna hold you. But in terms, obviously illegal, like, yo, she's 19, you're an adult, why are the fuck you fucking with the jit? Like, nigga, it just always gets back to that.
It's a criminal action, and from what we're going to get into later in this video, you have damaged a young child. You have possibly ruined their life. You have done so many heinous things that will impact this victim for the rest of their life. So excuse me if I do not care that this took place 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 5 years ago, or last week. I am here to say that you should be in jail. But then after this, it just continues to get even more bizarre as she seemingly starts to blame her depression on, I guess, everything. And look, I'm going to be the first person in history to say, I don't care. I don't care that you have depression. I don't care.
And the thing is, like, the only reason you have depression and all that is literally now because of the people giving you backlash. And she's literally saying it's because of all the hate coming from social media. It's like, yo, I guarantee you, if nobody called you out for this shit, one, you probably would have still been fucking around doing that shit with the little nigga. And then two, obviously, you would not be sitting here crying, bitching, moaning, talking about your depression, because you wouldn't be getting any backlash to cause that depression. Like,
I don't care. And my neighbors probably heard that and they're like, Jesus, what's he talking about?
And because social media is so toxic nowadays, and because people like to put their little noses into other people's business.
But it really wasn't as toxic when you weren't getting called out, right? But heads weren't so fucking nosy until you were getting called out, right? Shit is crazy.
It makes it worse than it needs to be. So
yeah, right? Because it's focused directly on you, correct? So it's worse than it way ever would have been or needs to be, correct?
So I'm here to tell you guys right now that this all was dragged out of proportion and
sure was. It was totally dragged out of proportion when they caught you literally live, flixing everything, fucking terrible, with doing all this shit with a 13-year-old. Facts.
Into something that it was not. People have so many rumors going around saying
fuck a rumor. We have a picture. Niggas have flicks of this shit happening.
Different things, and it's none of the stuff that people are saying is true. I didn't Connor, wouldn't do that. He's a kid and I'm aware of that, and it just happened. We both were in a dark place when we first became friends, and we both just ended up catching feelings for each other.
I need to know, nah, fuck that. I need to know what his dark place was as a 13-year-old. Because I totally understand where, like, obviously there's different family dynamics, and like some heads family dynamics and aspects are better than others, as we can clearly see in some situations. But I need to know what the fuck his demons were. Because when I was 13, nigga, demons was my fucking algebra test. Or my fucking math test. So what the fuck was his demons? Like, I need to know this shit, bro. Because what the fuck is she talking about? Like, yo, this shit's actually getting me so mad now.
And friends do that. They catch feelings for each other. That's not a bad thing.
We were both in a dark.
I still can't believe it. Why are you friends with a fucking kid? Like, it makes no sense.
Please shut the fuck up.
No,
this is like
tell her to shut the fuck up. I don't give a shit about hearing her mouth anymore. Like, this is actually the most disingenuous shit ever. It's really fucking annoying. Like
I'm not trying to be the woke police here, but this is such a disrespectful thing to say to like anyone that has any form of mental illness. I was in a dark place. I'm sorry, but when someone's in a dark place, they can't get out of bed. I don't know. They struggle at washing, brushing their teeth. They maybe comfort eat. They cry. They're sad. They don't fall in love with a 13-year-old child.
Exactly. And that's why I want to know what his demons were too, even though his demons really don't matter. And I don't even believe he had demons coming from her ass. Like, again, he's a fucking jit. I'm not sure what many things you're going to be stressing about in life as a jit. Now, granted, I'm not saying teenagers can't have pressures and like struggles and feel anxiety and shit and all that. Obviously not. Duh. Everyone's human, is gonna go through emotions. But I really want to know to where she's trying to say that this John is taken way out of proportion and all that shit, to what fucking demons that he had, to where, like Adniber just said, with her demons as well, the way you were going to relieve those demons was fucking around with a 13-year-old. Like, I need to know what demons these were, because these shits, we was fucking boxing Satan, dumbass. We was really trying to square up with the nigga, I guess, because what the hell is going on? Like,
child. So sorry if I don't take this as some form of valid excuse. And I'm sorry if it sounds harsh to say this, but I don't care if you were depressed or if you...
I said it blatantly. I don't give a shit if she's depressed either, because on that factor, from what I'm seeing, the only reason, you know what, better yet, even to that, before, when she was getting canceled or whatever, kind of like before, within the 3 days, and then the picture dropped or whatever, where she was fully like, she got outed. Even but before that, she was looking all happy, she doing her TikToks, all that. Now, to say, heads, Locity syndrome, could put on a character for TikToks and all that. Understand that, John, too. But she wasn't seeming to really be playing into all this, like, oh, like these victim Johns, where, like, yo, all the hate going around, the toxicity on the internet. She really didn't seem like she was saying all this shit before she was getting a backlash because of this situation. So, to be honest with you, again, don't want to be that guy or whatever, the major hater to say depression is fake. But I think her depression in this specific scenario, because depression and shit is real, her depression in this scenario was complete bullshit. That depression was because she was getting backlash. Like,
you're in a dark place.
Like,
I'd rather you be in a dark place in a prison cell, quite frankly. Now, what makes this even better is in recent times, Zoe has continued to post about being depressed. This was posted around 2 days ago.
Well, shit. I mean, at this point in her jaw, if she actually is depressed, I mean, I feel her. If these allegations, actually not even allegations, this is just damn near confirmed, you just didn't go to jail. If these shits was associated with my name, oh, I'd be depressed every damn day.
Recording this video, and also in April of this year, she claims that she was diagnosed with BBD and bipolar. And to kind of jump ahead in the timeline, there has been diagnosed with
To being diagnosed with bipolar and BPD and finally getting healthy weight. I'm not. Is this supposed to be sarcasm? Like I'm to the point where like she's so much of a Jezebel skinwalker crazy. Like I have no fucking idea. Like to be diagnosed with bipolar BPD. Like is she actually happy about this? Is she trying to pull like a fucking Nevada and like make this bad shit relatable? Because if so, cringe as fuck. We gonna see it later.
BBD and bipolar. And to kind of jump ahead in the timeline, there has been rumors for a long time that the victim in this story is going to come out eventually about all of the information that we don't really know about and tell his side of the story. So to me personally, sorry to sound like a bit of a conspiracy theorist, but I see these types of posts and think to myself, it's very obvious what you're doing. You're laying the groundwork of, oh, I've got depression, I've got a mental illness. And it's like, yeah, so many other people out there have got a mental illness. It doesn't mean...
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how that would, like, just like, not have, like, how, what... Oh, my God. It's the same word. Oh, my God. It's the word that Ethan used. I can't remember the word. Like, attribute upon... Attack? What is the word? Oh, my God. Yo, I can't believe I can never think this word. But my main thing to say, I don't get how all of that would still detach you from getting in a situation that you were in with Connor, this 13-year-old. Like, you having BPD or you having mental issues is not like a thing you're gonna use as like a coping thing or as like an excuse to be fucking around doing this shit. Because obviously, like Adneber's literally saying right now, there are many heads who are dealing with mental issues, mental struggles, and things and such like that. I don't see them fucking around kissing and embracing fucking 13-year-olds.
That they can legally get away and justify their criminal actions. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work that way. And I'm pretty tired of people using whatever diagnosis to get away with some pretty heinous shit. Maybe take some responsibility, maybe own up to your actions, and maybe just...
Heads like this take accountability? It'll never happen.
Realize that you are the problem in this situation. Don't go around disrespecting people that actually have valid mental health diagnoses who do not use those diagnoses as a way to escape genuine criticism. It's disrespectful and it's outright disgusting, to be honest with you. But then hilariously enough, in a worst possible way, she then goes on to deny being a predator and states that yeah, she is an adult, but don't we all have to learn from experience? And I'm like,
what? Nah, there's no way. There's no way this shit just keep getting fucking worse. There's no way.
You're really a bad person,
There's
aren't you?
no
But
way.
because, like I said, it got brought to social media, people are making it such a big issue.
It is a big issue. Oh my god, this shit is so fucking yo.
I'm not a
No, yes, yeah. Wait, is she? Because obviously, if you were attracted and or sexually attracted to prepubescent children or whatever, which the boy was 13, so yeah, I don't know if we're reading those allegations.
I'm not, and I will continue to say that. I don't care what anybody has to say. I'm not a I am 19 years old. Yes, I am labeled as an adult, but I am still a teenager, and we all mess up. And
Yo, this was the shit I was just talking about earlier. Like, yo, yes, bruh. The niggas turn 18 or whatever, you're considered a legal adult, which is cooking the fuck out of her in this case. You're a legal adult. But obviously, niggas classify niggas as a responsible adult. Most niggas ain't getting that shit till, yeah, you hit at least like 35. I ain't gonna hold you. But fuck all that. You're really trying to use the excuse right now, Zoe, that you're still a teen because the word 19 still has teen in it, even though everyone knows you're considered a legal adult at the age of 18? You know, 8, the number that comes before 9? You fucking oh my god, bro. I can't. Yo, this shit is embarrassing. How the fuck did she still post? What the fuck?
we all do things that we don't know, but we have to learn from experience.
We all do things that we don't know. You acknowledge that this age gap was bad. What the fuck?
And I know that I'm not the only person that has been put in this position before, and the only reason why I've been put.
Yes! And you want to know why those other motherfuckers are in those positions? Because, like you, they're fucking dumbasses. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
In this position is because of social media making it out to be something that it's not.
I'm confused.
What? This is bullshit. Oh my god, like, yo, this is actually definitive bullshittery. Like, yo, I can't.
I'm sorry if I'm laughing, but it is just an outright bizarre thing for her.
That's
to
what I'm
say.
saying. I'm like, yo, Barbie laughing. I'm not laughing at the situation. Obviously, you should know. Truly thinks this shit is fucking terrible and heinous, bro. I'm laughing at the pure fucking, like, the pure just dumbassery coming out of her fucking mouth with all these statements. The pure just not taking accountability and playing this victim complex. Like, this shit is genuinely hilarious. I do not understand how the fuck she doesn't think that she is, like, massively in the wrong, and motherfuckers criticizing her on the socials because of this situation is not justified. That's fucking crazy. Like,
Are you saying that your social media use
like, this is wild, bruh.
made you kiss a 13-year-old?
Exactly. Because if that's so, take your motherfucking phone and go throw that bitch in the toilet. I ain't gonna lie. Because if that's the case, you didn't need that shit. What the fuck?
And make edits of that
like, this
and
shit
post
is
it on your
bro,
private
this shit
Instagram.
is truly
Because
baffling, bro. Oh my god.
I don't think that's a thing. Like, to be honest with you, I don't think that's like a symptom of
Yo, iNabber, I'm gonna let that know right now, is fucking cooking on this video. This motherfucker is excellent, bro. Shout out iNabber. Please go show the love, bro. I'm thinking about this shit. I'm like, yo, this video is really good.
overuse of social media. Like, I'm just so confused about what she's saying here. Are you hearing what you're saying here, Zoe? Like,
She not hearing that shit, but I know for damn sure me and you are, and it's bullshit.
is this a thing? Like, I don't really understand it. Like, fellas, I'm not gonna deny it. I've probably got some sad bastards in my audience with a 9+ hour average screen time on a day-to-day basis. Look, I'm judging you right now.
Shit, if the goddamn computer screens had a screen time, you probably can check that shit. Mine would be the worst y'all niggas ever seen. What the fuck else am I doing besides Slippy? Making vids staring at a screen. Like, shit, I'm not even worried about that shit. My main factor is like I never, like you were saying, it's more or less, if her being on socials and all that shit caused her to do this shit, one, that's not an excuse, and two, then you just didn't need socials. Like,
But I don't think that 9+ hours of them scrolling TikTok to feed their brain
oh yeah,
rot.
I ain't scrolling TikTok. See, that's the difference. we watching the good vids. You already know what it is. But nah, again, that's still like, yo, a motherfucker being addicted to a screen doom scrolling is not the same as a motherfucker going on a phone and that shit somehow got them fucking with 13-year-olds. Like that.
It's actually led to them committing a heinous crime. It's not a correlation, to be honest with you. There's no correlation there. Like, do me a favor. Do you have a social media addiction? If so, go into the comments
YouTube. That's about it though. YouTube.
section down below and comment beans.
Yeah, if I don't know, like, yo, if YouTube went down, I ain't gonna lie, I think I would have an anxiety attack. I'd be like, oh shit, we don't got shit to watch, fuck. Like, yo, I'm sorry, I told you I would start panicking. But yeah, nah, for me it would be YouTube. Y'all let me and Inabber know though on the vids. Yo, what social media y'all addicted to? I know for damn sure which one I'm not. And it is that cesspool of an app, Twitter.
Social media addiction or phone addiction has not led to you committing a terrible, terrible crime. I'm trying to do an experiment here, people. I really want to learn, is this a direct correlation? Because if it is, I think we need to delete
It's not. She's just a fucking moron and a terrible person.
social media. But yeah, after this, she goes on to defend her actions even more by stating that she was going through a lot and needed happiness. And again, it's not a...
Why the fuck would you seek your fucking happiness from a 13-year-old jit from your goddamn fan base? If you're seeking happiness, and especially better yet, now I gotta ask, what kind of happiness were you seeking? The happiness in where brightful spirits bring your life up, or the happiness in a jalooper? Because, yo, from what it's seeming like, that's tough. I ain't gonna lie, it's seeming like you wanted a little extra. Like, what are we talking about here? I said that shit not an excuse. Like, yo, if she wanted to be like bright smiles and shit, I know she got friends around her age. I know she definitely got parents and shit. You saw her mom in this shit running defense for this bullshit. So why the fuck she ain't go to them heads? No, you went to Connor, the 13-year-old jit. What the fuck? Like, yo, niggas really think that we're about to take that shit and be like, yeah, don't worry, you was good.
a justification, let's be honest.
That's
here.
that glazer. Nah, I'm sorry. That's that glazer brain shit. I can't, bro. That shit is annoying. Like,
State of mind, I was going through a lot, and I really just wanted to find happiness, and I really just wanted to be happy. And Connor
what type of fucking millennial pause was that?
was my best friend, still is, even though we
You're still, yo, you're such a fucking idiot. You're still saying this shit?
can't talk. He's still my best friend, and
Stop!
he made me happy. And
Stop! Oh my god! Stop! Does she not realize how much worse she's making this shit? Oh my god.
I made him happy in many different ways.
I'm out. Nah, I'm out, bro. I made him happy in many different ways too. Oh, no, better yet. Nah, better yet. From an emotion. Oh, damn, the battery fucking died too. I don't even care. I'm not editing none of this shit out, bro. I'm not editing none of this shit out because now I'm really on fire, bro. Now I'm really on fucking fire, bro. Now I'm super on fire. Zoe, you were making him happy in many different ways too, right? Okay, besides from the emotional one, what were the other ones? Please let me know what the other ones were. This is some fucking bullshit. Yeah, I'm out, bro. Ain't no way, cuz, bro. This shit is... Oh, nah, bro. I never seen shit like this, bro. I never seen shit like this. Yo, you made him happy. You made him happy. I ain't gonna lie. It seemed like he got some other shit to say when we get later in the vid. Tough.
Like, both were really close and caught feelings, and we didn't really understand like what was going on. And even though people will say like, well, you're old enough to realize it's wrong, I just wanted to be happy, and it's not an excuse, and I'm not trying.
There's not an excuse at all.
To make excuses.
You couldn't have found happiness from literally anyone else? Like, literally anyone else?
About it. It's just me telling the truth and how I felt, and I just didn't know what else to say and know what else to do.
I mean, probably delete your social media and then shortly and promptly hand yourself in to the local police station. Now, the rest of the apology is pretty much just her basically saying...
said that. I don't know why the fuck she still got a TikTok.
But yeah, I guess it was bad, but I mean, not really. And then she also then goes on to get the cat out, and yeah, this is just the traditional influencer apology of, oh, guys, I'm really, really sorry, I've done something bad. Well, I'm not also sorry, but kind of sorry, but also here's a cat. Isn't this cute?
Oh no, she pulled the T, Martin. I didn't even realize that, bro. She pulled the cat out, bro. No. Bro, no, bro. This shit is actually fucking pathetic, bro. Holy shit.
But yeah, overall in 2020, when I first saw this apology defense live stream, I did think to myself, yeah, this is definitely the worst thing that I've ever seen on social media. And
you're telling me, bro.
Honestly, 5 years later, there hasn't really been much that has matched this. This still, to this day, is one of the worst things I think I've ever seen an influencer do. But what's interesting is after the media frenzy surrounding this situation, after all of the criticism and people going after her, the videos made about her, you would feel like Zoe LaVerne's career would be over here. She would never show...
That's what I was thinking. You would have thought, because after all this shit, I'm going to tell you right now, I still am asking how the fuck she has a platform.
herself on social media ever again. She would go to jail. Some form of consequence would happen. But no. Zoe never faced any repercussions.
Yo. And when I say this shit, obviously, bruh. When I say this, John, just because you go on TikTok or whatever, it does not mean you about to do this fucking bullshittery. But within her, like, I guess you could say TikTok career, for real. I'm like, yo, boss out here trying to hit me up, bro. I can't. But, like, within her career, John, this is really the question for the bulls. I always say I want to be like famous TikTokers. Yo, what's the plan? What is the plan? She started out in 2020. It's 5 years later. The TikTok shit's still working, quote unquote. But what's the long-term plan? I ain't gonna lie. Like, that's what I always say, yo, if you gonna post on socials, I would always suggest YouTube first. I'm not gonna lie. Like, even if you want to post short form Johns, I would say just post shorts on YouTube. Like, I obviously also post on TikTok, whatever. Post on all, in many medias you want to, or whatever. But, like, I'm looking at her Johns, and it's like, yeah, you went from, like, copying Charli D'Amelio, then you call all these allegations, and, like, now you're a mother, which is, like, you know what I'm saying, great, bringing miracles in the world. But it doesn't seem like anything really resulted that hefty from this, John. Like, what? For what purpose? You were sitting there crying again, bitching, moaning about Charli D'Amelio passing you, but not. Who even cares? Nah, it's like, this whole shit is so bad.
She never faced any consequences, and as I said multiple times, she just continued to post on social media, and funnily enough, continue to get into more controversies. And even a year later, in 2021, Zoe actually gave birth to her first child. So yeah.
So you're like, nah, that's good. Like, see, that's the type of John be saying all the time. Bringing children to this world, again, it's always gonna be miracles, always gonna be a great thing. You gotta make sure this child get some actual TLC, which I've not seen Zoe LaVerne parenting and or parenting skills, none of that jazz, so I will not be slandering that, John. I do not know how she parents. All I'm going to comment about is this main shit. And by fucking God, do we have comments on it.
Yeah, things were actually going pretty peachy for her, which just makes me sad to know, to be honest with you. And even after that, she was involved in more controversy of where she was caught charging $15 for her fans to see exclusive photos of her newborn baby.
Oh, so this shit was real.
I mean, this woman has absolutely...
I got nothing. I got fucking nothing, bro. I don't have anything for that. I'm just like... Wow. No. On what platform, bro? On what platform doing this shit? There's so many of these, like, fucking paywall, fucking OnlyFans, Patreon, like, pay for subscription, whatever the fuck sites now, bro. It's just like, why for your kid, though? Why for your kid? Why? And why are niggas paying for that shit? Shit is fucking heinous, bro. It's fucking terrible.
No shame whatsoever, and it really does just show that there is no limit to what Zoe will do to maintain her relevance and to make a little bit of money. Now, moving a bit further ahead in the timeline to October of 2021, I actually uploaded a video that month titled,
"Hey, I think we know this guy."
This TikToker is a predator with 21 million followers, and in that video what I do is go over the fact that Zoe has clearly not learned from this situation, and that she has obviously gotten away with everything, and that led to a point of where Zoe was seemingly getting a little bit egotistical, seemingly actually starting to combat against people that would dare to criticize her.
All the people that come into my life and say, oh, I've changed, I swear. You know how they do. I won't expose you, I'll let you speak your mind and speak your opinion and it'll stay between us. Never again is that happening. You're never...
The guy stopped playing the victim. So true, though. It's like, yo, I don't get it. Like, yo, even niggas in the comments, he's 13. Exactly. Like, bro, my nigga. Oh my God.
You're gonna be trusted again. And that's your stupidity and that's your mistake. So you can live with that and you can just realize that it's never gonna happen again. So don't be, this is like only
You
two.
can realize it's never going to happen again. Zoe, hun, it should have never happened in the motherfucking first place. We went over it a couple of times so far. Like, what are we talking about, bruh? Like,
A couple certain people, so don't like think this is directed to everybody, but
stop lying. It's them certain people. There's certain people. It's not directed to everybody. Yeah, them certain people are the people pointing out that you did some bullshittery. You know, the ones giving you that criticism. The ones that you would call fucking haters and shit like that. Even though
don't be trying
they're spitting the truth.
to come back to my DMs months down the line saying I'm sorry and that
Come back to your DMs. Yo, she's really a dumbass.
I've changed because I'm not gonna reply.
Yeah, this definitely doesn't seem like somebody that's taken any responsibility for her actions whatsoever, and if anything, this seems like someone...
What do I say all the time? And I feel like at this point, I actually am talking about this shit in every video. But it is a pattern of behavior type of thing with people. And that's how I'll go based off whether or not I believe if you've changed. It's got to be within your pattern of behavior. I'm sorry. But like, obviously words can be impactful. Duh, clearly. Like very many medias, you know what I'm saying? Poems, literatures, all that type of genres are very impactful. But yo, within like, especially shit like this, especially Jones, like that could be terrible. It's like, yo, your words, you just saying shit, but your actions is gonna show that shit. Your fucking pattern of behavior, the actions that you take to actually fucking show that change, to show that you're learning from that mistake that you made, and also acknowledging that you made that mistake, because I don't even know where the fuck it's at for her. It's like she acknowledges that she did this shit, but she won't acknowledge the fact that it's actually like heinous as it is. But Skinwalker, what could I say? Or she isn't. Duh, victim complex too, so clearly. But it's like, yo, no. Like, just no, bruh. No.
One that is actually trying to create a narrative once again that she is in the right and everyone else is in the wrong, and how dare they criticize her. And yeah, this kind of brings us to the current day, the current timeline of 2025, at least before May and April of 2025. Zoe was fine. She had her family, she had her new child, she was getting millions of views, and from what it seems, she was still a full-time social media influencer, which is just so ridiculous to see and think. But obviously,
Right?
as you and I know, that did not last, because yes, the victim in this story came out with what actually really truly happened behind the scenes.
Chapter 2. Connor exposes Zoe LaVerne.
So yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, I definitely want to hear Connor's words from this. I am like so ready to hear this nigga's fucking conjecture on this situation. Like, holy shit. I have to know what he has to say about this shit. Because as far as I'm concerned, Zoe is a fucking skinwalker, and you can't believe shit coming out of her mouth. You can't believe nothing coming out of her mouth at all. Like,
years after the original situation, Connor has now gotten to the age of around 18 years old and has finally found the courage to address this situation and let everyone know what truly took place. And at the time of recording this video, there are 2 TikToks that he has posted where he has explained his side of the story and also provided a large amount of screenshots. And personally, after watching these 2 videos multiple times, I think what really stood out to me is just how much worse Zoe LaVerne is than we originally thought. Like, there's some of the things we see in these videos, some of the
yo, get me the fuck out of here, bro. Yo, fuck up. Ain't no way. Bro, and this shit. Yo, she had the fucking nerve, bro. This shit is, bro. This shit deplorable. She got the fucking nerve to get on the live and talk about, bro, heads are making this shit out to be way worse than it actually was. Yo, Zoe. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What the hell is this? Nah, we need, bruh. Explain this. Explain this. Zoe, we'll go ahead and let you explain it. But, oh, your dumbass never will. Like, what are we talking about, yo? This shit should get you cooked. Cooked. We never letting niggas hop on the stove, bruh. Never letting them cook, ever. Tough. Yeah, this is fucking disgusting. All these
things that he tells us about, we really had no idea
and
about.
The nigga really looked like a fucking kid on this shit too, bro. Like, you gotta be kidding me.
Out in 2020, and it does just give us a whole new perspective, but also confusion around how Zoe LaVerne managed to get away with everything.
Yo, Zoe, your ass is finished, bro. Zoe, your ass is fucking grass. Your ass is grass. There's no way.
So what I want to do now is go through these two TikToks and just see what really took place here, and also what the screenshots really prove. Now, the first TikTok is Connor giving a personal retelling of the events, and just in general letting us know how horrific this really all was. And yeah, we're going to go through that now, and I did just want to give a bit of a warning and state that some of the clips that they will be playing are very detailed, but also I will be playing a large amount of the clips, so this could be a little bit of a long segment where I'm not talking, but I wanted to show you guys the full context so you can really understand what's going on here. And that starts off with Connor being very honest and letting us all know that there have actually been a lot of lies spread about Zoe LaVerne, but also the main story in this situation is not a lie, and he definitely is a victim.
My name is Connor, and at the age of 13, I was statutory R-worded by a popular TikTok influencer. This happened 5 years ago, and I'm sure that a lot of you are familiar with the situation, and it's taken me a while to come to terms to talk about it. I do want to start off by saying that a lot of the things that you see on the internet of people coming out saying that they were also victims of Zoe, or also that they were involved in the situation in any sense, trying to claim that they underwent any sexual or romantic through her.
Yeah, I never heard them niggas. We not talking about them niggas. Yeah, we talk about you and her, so yeah.
Are completely false. One thing I won't discredit is her being inappropriate on the phone with other minors, saying inappropriate things, or let alone just manipulating other children. But I can confidently say that the extensivity that it got to with me, it has been with just me and no other children. It's taken me a very long time to talk about this solemnly because of the backlash I have received from the media, because I still am in high school and I still am a minor. But third of all, because I was trying to press legal action against her.
Oh shit. Oh shit. He was trying to sue. I ain't gonna lie, cause I was thinking if Zoe's gonna try to sue him, but nah, fuck that. He said, fuck it, I'll go first.
And I didn't want my case to be tampered with due to my social media posts.
Now, I think this is a very appropriate and respectful way to start this all off. Immediately dispelling the fake information out there about Zoe is obviously very important, mainly due to the fact that Zoe could definitely use the false allegations as a way to kind of flip the story. I've seen this happen quite a lot out there, in particular with James Charles, when originally in 2020 he was facing allegations. A big thing that he liked.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. Breaking the fourth wall. Yo, we're watching a vid about the whole James Charles situation today. I am not excited for that shit. I am not excited for that shit, not whatsoever at all. I'm not gonna hold you. How many fucking times do you have to get canceled, James? How many fucking times? Like, it's getting, yo, this motherfucker, like, I think, who is dropping this shit? I had to look it up. I think it might have been Jay Aubrey that dropped this shit. Like, hold on. Is it here? Let me see. No, that's not what I meant to do. Hold on. Let's see. What's the name that made this, John? Jabroni. Okay, it was Jabroni that made this John. Yeah, freaking James Charles reminds me of this type of video. Uncancelable, I show speed. Except in this John, obviously uncancelable because there's the whole different type of Johns. But this motherfucker reminds me of uncancelable in the case of, like, he just won't go away. Like, this nigga been canceled so many goddamn times, and he just stays around and to get canceled for the next time. I'm not ready to cover that situation, bro. I swear this nigga needs to just get the fuck off the internet.
To do was be like, oh, there are all of these fake allegations out there, and therefore that means that these things, I guess, aren't valid or something like that. And it just really led to a bit of a confusing situation of trying to work out what's real and what's not real. So dispelling everything here and just getting to the point of what is real, I think is fundamentally very important. But yes, after this, Connor then gets into explaining how he actually originally met Zoe. And as I said earlier, it came down to the fact that he, at the age of 13 years old and when Zoe was 19, was a fan of her, and they actually met at a fan meetup, which honestly makes this seem a lot. Well, I mean, I know it's already as bad as it can possibly get, but
she's preying on her fans. And, like, yo, that's a whole, you know, that's actually a good genre to go into. No cap, especially for Trilly. Shout out to everybody that watches. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that watches. It's all love. It really is all love. I appreciate everybody that does the job. Y'all know me all the time. Like I said, I never shill. You know what I'm saying? You'll never catch me. Yo, you gotta make sure you like the video and the John, bro. You gotta make sure you're subbed, bro. Come on, right in the first John. Make sure to like and sub the video. Like, yeah, y'all never really see me do that job. But one John I'm gonna step in for sure is Truly will be damned if he's fucking with anyone from his audience. I will be damned. That's exactly how you fuck your shit up. It's not happening, bruv. I'm not gonna lie. So, for any heads in the audience, you know what I'm saying, that were feeling like, yo, their parasocial tip was really gonna get there with Trilly, it's not happening. This is how niggas get canceled. This is exactly how niggas get canceled. Not happening.
somehow it's slightly worse by the fact that she met him at a fan meetup.
For starters, I was a fan. I did join her fan base in like 2018. I had a fan page and everything. And I went on a tour stop
LaVerne. Oh, man.
In Washington, D.C. in 2018 to meet her for the very first time. Now, at the time, there was a lot of other influencers on this tour. We went to solemnly take pictures. Like, it was for fans to meet their favorite creators. Now, over the time of 2018 to 2019, she would talk to fans that I ended up becoming friends with. We had mutual friends, and I was then introduced to her through, she added me on Snapchat, and we would talk every now and then. It was all kept to a normal, cordial level. Now, in August of 2019, she had a tour stop in my hometown that I went to, which I went with two of my friends, and after the show, I was talking with her. She brought me upstairs to see the venue. It was more of a secluded thing from the rest of the people that were there to attend. I also attended another one in December of 2019, so by the third time of me meeting her in person, she knew who I was just based off of seeing me. Now in 2020, I still was keeping it going with this fan page, and I
was about to say, I know for a fact she knew who you was. It seems like she had her fucking eye on your ass for a minute.
Had a lot of mutual friends that talked to her, and we would all FaceTime and group FaceTimes, but slowly it started sectoring off to just private FaceTime calls between the two of us. In April of 2020, things did start to get a little more
private FaceTime calls with a fucking 13-year-old? This is crazy, bro. Oh my God.
Personal. It was causing issues between her and her ex-boyfriend Cody. He was concerned about things, all of that. Now, my birthday is on May 10th, and at the time, it was COVID, so I was having a drive-by birthday party past my house. My mom had reached out to Zoe to see if she'd be able to make it out here because she knew how much I had idolized her and thought it would make my whole birthday if she was...
It's Zoe's ass, I'm assuming, pulled up. Yeah. She's not beating these shits. I'm sorry. She wasn't gonna beat this shit regardless. But there's no way she could even argue out of this.
Able to come here to surprise me. It didn't end up working out, and she...
I was wrong. I was about to say thank God. Because I'm like, yo, there's no way. If she pulled up to this, John, bro, she is 100% obsessed with that nigga.
Came out here on Memorial Day, which was only a week or two after my birthday. And things were a little uncomfortable for the time being, but everything was normal. Now, it was about 2 weeks later, the first week of June, when her and her ex-boyfriend had broken up, and she was in Tennessee at the time with her friend Amber, which then they both drove out here instantly to come visit me.
Now, immediately, for me personally, this is where the problems begin. Because I just have to ask the question of why is a 19-year-old driving out to meet a 13-year-old? There is no...
this shit is a problem. Like, this is the main problem is obviously so. This shit is just a problem. Like, yeah, like, this is just a problem. Because even still, like, if I'm his mom, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not calling up Zoe LaVerne to come do the birthday drive-by. Even if he wanted that, I'm not doing that, John, bro. What? Like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, I would be like, yo, hun, like, yo, you my son, but you need to just watch her vids, bro. Like, you already been to the meet and greets, we not calling her to do a drive, bro. Oh my god, this is like, I'm not telling heads you cannot like be like a fan of your favorite creator or not be a supporter of your favorite creator. It's just like, yo, the parasociality sometimes he pushing it. Like, you could go to meet and greets and shit too. Like, there's TwitchCon and all these different cons and all this shit. Like, there be having meet and greets and shit there too. That's cool. That's cool. It's just, bro, when you pushing out to like have heads come do a birthday drive by for one individual fan, nigga. What the fuck are we doing? Like, this, no, bro. Like, this is that John that plays in that parasociality that can get you into these type scenarios that fuck your life up. Like, bro, you're not doing it, bro.
No
like,
reason for this connection. It wasn't like they were related or family, friends, or something on those lines. And honestly, I think this is just...
That's what I'm saying. It's like they had, like, he's just a fan of you. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's on the narrative like, yo, Zoe, you must have really been fucking with him because he just a fan. He met you a couple times at meet and greets, but the nigga's still just an individual. Why are you fucking with him this hefty? This is where she boxed herself.
Completely inappropriate, even regardless if nothing actually took place.
She boxed herself before this, because as soon as she got onto like personal FaceTime calls with the nigga, it was done.
I just think this type of friendship should not have been happening. There are multiple power dynamics here: the age, the fan aspect, the fine.
Exactly, and that's why I said the thing I said earlier. Why Trilly will never be fucking with anyone from his audience, because that's a factor that's always gonna happen to be taken into play. Now, some heads on YouTube would disagree with that, like, oh yeah, you can, of course, you'd be able to like associate with fans or like date your fans or anything like that as such. Whatever, right? As long as you obviously don't do it weird. I'm not even going to take that risk because it can get weird because of parasociality and shit like this. You know what I'm saying? There's no point. But appreciate you for watching though, babe. I ain't gonna lie. It is love. And you are pretty today, as always. But like, yeah, no. Doing this type of shit and trying to play into that shit with your audience sometimes, fuck no. No. And you just can't. This is why that shit happened, bro. Now, clearly, this situation not gonna happen in every single situation, but sometimes within that parasociality, shit like this can happen. And I'd rather just overall avoid this shit, like how Zoe dumbass should have.
Financial aspect and just in general the emotional intelligence aspect. Zoe would have been a grown adult. This was a child with no life experience. She could do what she wanted to do and get away with
that nigga quite literally just got out of middle school.
Absolutely anything, because she could simply manipulate a fan into doing what she wanted, which now sadly we know she absolutely did that. And yeah, it is pretty dumbfounding to me that this was even allowed to take place. Like, I don't understand why nobody stepped in. I understand that Zoe may have been lying and manipulating the situation, but at the same time, I feel like someone, a parent or an adult, should
have been like, hey, it's getting too parasocial. And that's why I said, yo, his mom was doing him bad. I'm gonna keep it a buck. His mom was doing him bad. I totally understand where his mom Justin was coming from. Like, yo, this is his favorite creator and all that type of jazz. And like, he would be really excited, happy about this. But in terms, just came up and saying it again, the parasociality factor, no, this is a hell nah, bro. This is a hell nah. We might, maybe you could get a Zoe LaVerne Day theme party, man. We'll get you a cake or some shit with her face on it if you this obsessed. But nigga, we're not calling her ass to come out here. And my nigga, you definitely should not be having her ass be coming out to you personally directly while you're a fucking jit. And you're just a super fan of her ass, basically. Like, what are we talking? Nah, bro.
Could have stepped in and realized what's going on here is absolutely not right. And yeah, it led to this.
Now, I was under the impression that they were only coming to visit for a week, but because they had both just gotten fresh out of relationships, they both made the decision to move here for a fresh start. Now, prior to
move? Yo, what the hell is going on?
Her coming and visiting me, she did discuss with me on the phone that she liked me. I thought she was...
Bro, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, there is no way, bro. There's no way she tried to get up on the videos like months after all this shit was happening during that time and really was trying to back out and say this shit was not as bad, bro. There's no fucking way, bro. Yo, oh my god. So she basically what Connor's saying here is that she had intentions right off the gate, is what he's saying. Okay.
He was messing around. I thought it was just a funny little prank. She told me that
like he thought she was joking, but she was dead ass.
Liked me, and that when she came to visit me in May, she wanted to hold my hand. She wanted to, kind of be more intimate.
Nope, we will be seeing her ass later. You want to be more intimate with a 13-year-old? What the fuck has this world come to?
Now, at the time that she had came here, I had just turned 13, maybe a week prior. I had a very close friend group at the time that I would talk to, that I had voiced about being a little uncomfortable with the fact of knowing that she liked me and her still coming here. But I was under the impression I only had to see her for a week, so I was in fear of if anything were to go wrong.
But wait, bro, wait, though. Your Dukes was trying to have the drive-through John come through. I'm so confused because like you obviously you're saying you felt uncomfortable in John. You only thought she was coming here for a week, but it sounds like you didn't want her to come at all. When she was on the phone and like you didn't tell her basically not to come as far as I'm concerned. But at the same time, obviously during that time he's a jit, so he's probably really not even thinking about shit. But he's telling us though during that moment he was feeling uncomfortable with John. I'm kind of lost. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, obviously, the main thing I keep saying around this is that, like, yo, Zoe, you're fucking cooked. Like, yo, this whole John is her. She fucked up. She was really on different timing with this little nigga. But, yo, some of this shit kind of seeming a little...
I only have to deal with her for a week, and I can move along and not speak to her again.
Why don't you just... I don't know. He was a jerk at the time. Again, just not thinking.
And I'm honestly just really confused at how a 13-year-old and a 19-year-old, a very, very rich and famous 19-year-old, were allowed to have a friendship like this.
Exactly.
Regardless of intentions, regardless of if anything happened or didn't happen, I just don't understand.
Like, this is not a scenario that should be happening.
This was allowed to happen. How did the parents in this situation not see these inappropriate actions and step in? It's absolutely crazy, and I know Connor may not want to hear it, but personally, I feel like Connor was very much let down by a large amount of adults that were in his life.
Okay, so I never agrees with me. Like I said, his mom did him bad. I'm sorry, like his mom did do him bad. Like that's really tough. She should not have played into this hefty parasociality he had for Zoe LaVerne at the time. His mom did him real bad.
And yes, sadly, that did lead to some horrific things happening. Now, obviously, the parents would have had no idea that it would have led to something so like horrific and heinous. But at the end of the day, it is your responsibility as a parent to be aware of what your 13-year-old is doing. Now, obviously, Zoe did have a massive role in how she got away with hiding their interactions, and a large amount of that absolutely does come down to manipulating Connor. And he actually does then get into that in the next part of this video.
Yeah, that I already knew. That, like, I can obviously see, because especially when we saw earlier where, like, she had Connor come out and say some shit, like, yo, if you dead-ass think at that time when that nigga was a jit, he's coming out here having, like, a full, thought-out, well-explained John. No, bro, it was fucking Zoe feeding him shit. Like,
she did kiss me. She did start to get more personal. She would try to seclude me off from my friends, from my family, try to get me away, whatever. Now, if you were on social media back in this time...
That shit not whatever, bro. That's like, that's clear fucking, what's the name, tactics, like grooming tactics to isolate you, to make you feel like your other people's not fucking with you, so you'll be more reliant on that person. No, that's not whatever at all. I'm like, that's really bad.
I defended her for everything she was ever accused for, canceled for, etc. I was so strung up and just trying to process real life because someone that I'd idolized for years was now living in my hometown, was somebody that was becoming my best friend, someone very close to me. And I
see, like, that's what I'm saying. And even as a jit during that time, like, I don't know, we're all different. And again, jits, like, when you're more or less a jit, like I say all the time, you're stupid. You're not really thinking about the responsibility and shit of a situation. You're just doing shit because you're a kid. But even in that case, like, I'm just finding all that just off. Like, basically, everything that you would primarily want, that jit would primarily want to happen, I guess, in, like, an ideal world, your favorite star moved you closer to you, oh my god, they want to be your best friend, this, that, and third. Like, to a jit, this joint will be cool, but even still on the low factor, being a jail, be like, yo, this is weird as shit. Because how is all this joint just happening, bro? Yo, the other day, I'm on TikTok like, dang, it would be so cool to meet Zoe LaVerne. Now, all of a sudden, she right here coming to my doorstep? Nah, something's a problem, bro. Something is off here. That's what I'm saying. I don't know, though.
I was so caught up in just, wow, how is this real? That I wasn't paying attention to what was actively happening to me in the time being.
I mean, there's nothing I can really add here other than this is just so unbelievably sad. This is a person who was once a child that idolized and looked up to someone, and that person took that idolization and used
literally weaponized it against them. Yeah. That's fucking disgusting.
It as a way to take advantage of them.
Yep.
That is so unbelievably sickening, saddening, and disappointing. And to me personally, what this really only shows is, again, this is all so much worse than we originally thought it was. And from this moment onwards, it only gets worse and worse and worse.
And as time went on, things started picking up to a worse and worse level. She would engage in conversations with me, sending me pictures, calling me on the phone, doing things on the phone with me,
pictures. Oh no, bro.
etc.
Her ass.
Now keep in mind, I still was very highlighted by the fact that this girl was in my life, because it was a surreal thing to me that I was too.
Like I said, he was a JID favorite creator. Like he was in the golden wow moment for basically like the whole time until shit obviously really started getting fucking heinous.
Afraid to speak up and have her hate me and wonder where things would end up. And a lot of people ask where my parents were at this time, but growing up, I've been bullied all throughout middle school ever since I was younger. I didn't have a lot of friends, so straight off the bat, my parents thought that this was a good thing, and seeing how happy it made me from the start, that they thought that it would
parasociality fucking cooked you, bro. Damn it.
Be a good thing for us to become friends and for us to be hanging out, whatever.
Now, I understand what he is saying here about him reassuring his parents, but at the end of the day, this is a 13-year-old child that we're talking about. So I think,
see, this is another John too. Now I really gotta ask what his parents was on, because like we said, he was trying to get his mom to have like the Zoe LaVerne or whatever come through for the drive-by birthday John during COVID. Okay, his mom clearly knows he's a fan of Zoe LaVerne. I guess his mom didn't know more context about her, like her fucking age, right? And so even barring that, right? Okay, the whole drive-by John go by. His mom, at very least, individually his mom. I don't know if both his parents, but at least his mom know that he likes Zoe LaVerne. Okay, so he lets his mom know eventually when Zoe LaVerne come through, because he's hanging out with her, and obviously I don't know if they met each other's parents or whatever. I think they might. Oh yeah, because she said that and shit in her life. Met each other's parents or whatever. Was it not popping in no one's mind there when y'all parents was meeting or whatever, Jones, that there's a 6-year age gap between these motherfuckers? It didn't pop up not one time. There's no way. There's no way no one's gonna date normal. There's no way, like, that's just impossible.
it's the moral obligation of a parent to understand that a 13-year-old child does not know right from wrong. They do not have the life experience to really say if there can be a reassurance on this type of thing. The parents should have acknowledged that what was going on here, again, regardless of if anything
fucked. That's what I'm saying. Like, how did they would have had to have never known her age for this John to just be going through and be on the fly, because if they did know her age, then the parents are like fucking complicit in this shit. Cause then why did what was I saying in the live, John? Oh, that their parents had each other not communicate or speak, so they obviously didn't want them associating no more. But y'all wanted them associating when the shit was happening? I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Like, that part doesn't make any sense to me.
Happened or didn't happen, if they were just interacting with each other and meeting up, that should have been a breach of boundaries. The parents should have stepped in and not allowed these two to hang out, become friends, because obviously it's a child and a grown adult who have no connection other than one is a fan and one is the person that is idolized. I really, really do not understand how this was allowed to happen, because I fundamentally do believe that all of this could have been prevented if the parents just did a little bit more.
I agree. I still do not know how the parents did not acknowledge this age gap and been like, yeah, this bullshittery's not happening.
And again, I understand that may come off as harsh to Connor. And
I do understand. Like, I can see that too, where you do, and I say it all the time. I do never be wanting to judge people's parents at parenting, because I love the boss. If y'all watch us, like I said, shout out to boss all the time. Even in this vid, like, yo, or Jones in the description. Yo, I'll see the boss, and I'm like, yo, man, like, I love and appreciate my moms. I don't want to be hating on nobody else's mom, but I'm sorry. In this case, it's not even hate. It's just like direct. Like, y'all were just not scoped in on what Connor was doing. Because if you were, and when you finally did, as Zoe was saying in that live, y'all didn't want them communicating no more, but you were okay at this time. That's why I just came off of saying that part didn't make no sense, and it still doesn't. Like, they were just negligent. They were negligent in this situation. I'm not saying that their parents are evil or whatever. Zoe's parents or his or Connor's parents. They're not evil. They were just both negligent. Which is what it was.
I understand that he may think that what I'm saying here isn't the truth, but from what I'm taking from his own words, I just feel that the parents should and could have done more.
Yeah.
Now after this, Connor starts to go into more details, just in general, surrounding everything that went on between him and Zoe LaVerne. And this next clip is going to be pretty long, but I feel like you need it for the full context.
Now I'm here.
No, I specifically remember.
Shit, what we 58 in? No, I'm here.
There was one specific day that we were hanging out and I was at her house, and she had kind of just thrown herself on top of me.
Alone? Question mark? Wait.
Specifically remember there was one specific day that we were hanging out and I was at her house.
Why? See, here's the here's where that question came back. Shout out I Never Again. Why? We need her on the screen. Why? She's 19 years old. You're 13 years old. Why are you over at her house? Why? It's like, yo, and you're 13 too. Are you just able to go anywhere at 13? Do you not have to tell your mom? Bro, there's no way. Like, there's no way. Bro, his mom ain't asking where he was going? Oh, yeah, I'm going to Zoe's house. Oh, why? And who are you going with? Because I know for damn sure you shouldn't be going alone. What are we doing here? Like, nah, this is crazy.
And she had kind of just thrown herself on top of me and asked me if I was ready.
Oh, ain't no ain't no way. Ready for what? Ain't no way, bro. No. No. Ready for what? You're kidding me. No. I don't understand. This is what I'm saying. Bro, she is a fucking liar, bro. Like, she's an actual Jezebel Skinwalker liar, bro. She's saying it wasn't all that deep. Nothing ever really went that far. Then what the fuck is Connor talking about? Was he ready for what? Because, yo, as far as you're concerned, they never bombed. And I'm pretty sure they never did. But you, seems like you was ready. So, yo, again, all this shit is baffling.
My heart was beating super fast, and I still specifically remember her asking me, "Are you okay? Like, your heart's beating super fast, are you okay?" And I was in a moment of shock.
Probably he's not okay because he's 13 and you're trying to fuck the little nigga. Like,
I never thought things would ever evolve to this level. This girl had 20 million followers. I knew she had a career on the line. I always told myself she would never, ever do anything to mess with her career or ruin her career. And
you would think. Apparently not.
in this moment, I was in a state of shock. She asked me if I was okay and if I wanted to, and I responded with yes, although my body language was very obvious that I was uncomfortable with the situation. This was a continuous event that continued to happen over and over again.
I can't with this shit. This is fuck. Yo, Zoe, your ass should have been packed. I still do not fucking know how you have a goddamn platform. No, I've been saying that shit this whole time, but I'm really stamping at it now. Like, how is she, like, how are we just allowing her to post? Like,
and when things were publicized back in October of 2020, I had talked to authorities and I lied to the police for her. Now, back in October
oh no. No.
2020, when things were publicized on the internet, I did talk to authorities and I did lie to the police because I was heavily manipulated and I was still in a sense of
fuck, bro. She hit you with the fucking Mangekyo. I was talking about that shit earlier. You got caught in the infinite Tsukuyomi. Damn it, bro. I swear. Nah, but I already guessed that. Like, yo, he was legit 12, 13 at the time, bro. She was feeding this nigga bars. You think he was about to come up with an excellent classless response, bro? Like,
trying to protect her. She had gotten into my brain so deep that she had told me if she went to jail for what she did, that she would off herself. And being only 13 years old.
I'm sorry, bro. We need to stop saying this, John, bro. That John really pissed me off. I'm really getting there with that. Because you see this a lot in relationships. Well, if you leave me, then I'll send myself back to the lobby. Is that deep? Is that deep? Is that deep? Like, is that deep? Alright. Okay.
And again, this is someone you idolize and you look up to. That is going to mess with your head. After this, they thought it wasn't a threat. They moved along, and Zoe still tried to pursue a relationship with me because she thought she was in the clear. Yep. She would make fake Snapchat accounts to contact with me and my mom.
What the fuck? Oh yeah, no, she's actually batshit insane. Okay.
Cut off contact with us, and she would still make accounts to have desires to speak to me.
Now, obviously, all of this just makes Zoe LaVerne look
she looks unhinged in a motherfucker. Like,
unbelievably and fundamentally terrible.
Like, yeah.
I know she already did before this, but what he is stating here is outright insanity.
Like,
basically, Zoe was stalking a 13-year-old child, and there's something
like she was so heavily set and pressed to be in this jit's life. Like, this is actually. I can't even believe we're still like, yo, even going through all the jokes with the vid, it's still like baffling me as we go on. It's
actually
insane.
Left out from the previous chapter, which actually coincides with this, that only backs up what Connor is saying here. Because look at this headline here, stating, Zoe LaVerne says she misses 13-year-old Connor on live despite backlash.
That's what I was saying in the joke. Like, why are you still saying we're still best friends? We're still friends. I was joking. Are you a moron? That's just saying you grouped him.
And as you can see here, it's Zoe going into his live stream and saying, "Hi Connor, I miss you."
Oh my
and then
God.
she says, "I hope you're doing well. Miss you lot."
Yo, look at him in this joke. Like, he actually looks 10. Bro, oh my God. This shit is so...
And she even then made a post on her Instagram stating, "Y'all are mad that the situation wasn't as worse as people made it out to be."
I ain't gonna lie, it sounds like it was as bad, you dumbass. So why is Connor out here today telling us that you heavily manipulated the nigga and he had to lie to the police so you didn't go to fucking jail, you dumbass?
And yeah, from every single angle, this very much seems to be a grown adult that could not let their attachment to this child go. Even though they have the entire internet against them, their career on the line, they still tried to contact them despite everything going on.
This is why, like, bro, life, it just really depends on your values, bro. She got to a position in which motherfuckers would dream and salivate, and niggas do be literally sitting there glazing her the fuck up, wishing to be her, bro, right? And then go and do this shit, bro. Her values are fucking terrible. You didn't value any of the shit, any of the clout, the money that you got to. You ain't value none of that shit. Threw it all the fuck away. To fuck with a jit. To fuck with a jit. And you were still trying to fuck with that jit after all this shit got aired out. Insane to me, bro.
And I think that should say quite a lot to you. This is not a mistake. This is not a situation of someone that accidentally did something wrong. This is a
No, she did something wrong, but it definitely wasn't an accident.
Calculated, evil individual that has absolutely caused so much pain and suffering on someone, and I do not understand, once again, how she got away with this. Now, for the rest of the TikTok, Connor basically goes on to speak about how horrific this experience has been, and just in general, how much this has badly impacted him and his family. And again, I know that he will disagree with what I was saying about his family earlier, but obviously
they're not, again, no, like, I'll clarify again. They're not, I don't think his family are bad people. I don't think his mom, even in the situation, is a terrible human being. She just was negligent on this situation. I'm sure, obviously, like, she's a good person or whatever, like a normal, chill person. But she was negligent for the situation, and that ended up in some bad, heinous shit. Like,
Obviously, hindsight is a wonderful thing, so yeah, maybe we can be a bit more lenient on that, but at the end of the day, there is no denial that this person right here has been absolutely impacted and affected by Zoe LaVerne's actions, and he will probably be affected by them for the rest of his life, which he speaks about in these TikToks. And that's such a terrible thing to have to say of, oh, this is going to impact this person forever, but sadly, it's the truth.
No,
and I feel like the truth.
It will. That's just one. That's just how life works. Two, social media is gonna keep bringing this shit up. So that's really just how that fucking motion goes. So yeah,
needs to be spoken about, and Zoe LaVerne needs to know and realize how much terrible pain she has brought onto other people, and that she should face consequences.
And I agree. But will she acknowledge that shit? Hell no. Will she probably go to jail? Yeah, probably not. Especially now that she's a mother. So she could just, basically, yeah, like the title says, get away with this shit. Get away with everything. Even though, obviously, now she's not getting away with it on the tip of the internet, especially on YouTube. I ain't never posted a video. When y'all see this, it's up, so I'm posting a video. But nah, it's not like Trilly got some major pull or some shit like that. But nah, seriously, like, she's not getting away with this on the internet tip. That's done.
But now, as I mentioned earlier, the story doesn't end there, as Connor also uploaded a part 2. Now, in this video, what Connor is speaking about is the receipts surrounding this situation, where Connor posts a large amount of evidence to do with backing up what he was claiming in his original video. And honestly, some of the things that he shows here is just mind-blowing, and really only again make Zoe look even worse.
He said pics or it didn't happen. He said, hold on, we might have the pics.
Because what it starts off with in terms of the first piece of evidence is Zoe seemingly trying to teach others how to lie on a lie detector test. And when you hear the context of what she says, it's just unbelievable.
The video that I'm about to show is a video of her on the phone with mutual friends of mine after everything had happened, and when polygraphs were being threatened for a lie detector test. This was her explaining how to lie on it.
Listen, if you want to lie on a polygraph, all you gotta do is just read, like, when they ask you the question, think of the question as them asking, like, did you sleep with your dad? Then you're
I'm not gonna lie, Zoe LaVerne might have just went up into like the top 5 worst influencer girly pops. Nah, there's no way she didn't crack top 5, cause she's an actual brainlet, I see. Like, she quite, like, forget not having brain cells. I don't think she's ever thought thoughts. I literally do not think she's ever thought thoughts. Like, she just be saying and doing shit. Like, there actually is not even a skull up in that shit. She's just there. She's just an entity doing things. And it, look where these things got her ended up. Because we can tell about the level of intelligence here, bro. What the fuck? Yeah, bro, to lie on the polygraph test? Yeah, just think you're about to, like, fuck your dad. Facts, bro. You're just gonna get away with it. Like, what the hell are we doing?
heart won't fucking race. I was like,
yo, she really joking about this shit. You know why? You know why niggas is giving you the polygraph shit? It leads back to the question. Again, shout out iNabber putting it John. You know why you would even have to go through that? Because of what you did. You know what you did? Actually, you acknowledged what you did. A couple of times. Stamped it in.
so I'm just scared that, like, Amber's gonna go live and try to say that Connor and I, like, and then Cody was texting me saying that he has proof that we did and he doesn't. Like, nobody has proof of it. Because we did it in secret.
This right here is her admitting that she indeed did take my innocence, but there was no proof of it. Because
Wait, hold on.
And then Cody was texting me saying that he has proof that we did and he doesn't. Like, nobody has proof of it. Because we did it in secret.
Oh, I didn't even hear that when the jokes go by. I was so baffled and other shit. We did it in secret? You're done! You're done! You're done! Oh my god. Yo, what? Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I hope they opened up a a fresh, clean cell right in cell block 1 because you will be right next to P. Diddy Dizzler. Like, nah, bro. Zoe, you're cooked, yeah. This is actually disgusting. What the fuck?
This right here is her admitting that she indeed did take my innocence, but there was no proof of it because we obviously didn't record it.
I mean, it's just utterly despicable, isn't it? And
so now I'm really on hots because I'm like, yo, she was saying the only thing that they do is kiss and all that. Yo, oh nah, bro, this is way fucking past Jezebel shit. Like, she's actually fucking evil, bro. Like, this is crazy. Yo, she's actually fucking evil, bro.
Another thing to take from this, though, is the fact that there were seemingly a lot of people surrounding Zoe LaVerne that were fully in the know about what Zoe LaVerne was doing with.
That's a problem. But you know what this also attributes to that John was saying earlier? Why, if you were going through depression, especially off of your breakup, whatever that she had with her ex-boyfriend, why didn't you just go to these fools? These friends that's also in this FaceTime call? Why did you go to fuck with him? It makes no sense. Like, it actually makes no sense. But I think, like, he said we were all mutual friends. So some of these heads are, like, probably mainly her friends. So that was just a lie. Like, she was just lying. Like, she was just blatantly going after this nigga. Ever since she's seen this nigga at that first meet and greet, she had her eye on this nigga. That's basically all I'm getting from this shit.
With Connor, and they just allowed it and even just laughed along with Zoe when she's speaking about lying on lie detector tests, which is ultimately so much more disturbing because she has been pretty much allowed to get away with this for so long, mainly due to the fact that she has had people that, in my opinion, have protected her, from her mother to some of...
Yeah, her mom definitely ran defense. And obviously, like, yo, any mother's gonna try to run defense for their child, but, like, it's very clear to see that she was in the fucking wrong. Like, there's no running defense for her, even if she is her kid.
For friends, it really is sickening. But now, after this, Connor then basically goes on to show a giant wave of evidence of pretty much everything that Zoe has been accused of. And again, what I'm now going to do is basically allow this entire clip to play, and there is a lot of screenshots here that Connor narrates through, and...
Oh, he narrates? I was about to say, damn, okay, we about to be reading.
It is a lot.
My messages were on the top, commenting on how Zoe has literally messed me up so bad mentally and destroyed me as a person. And when
wait, hold on. I gotta read these shits bar for bar. Zoe literally fucked me up, destroyed me, used me to make herself happy. She admitted to it as well. Cooked. Made me feel that I can't live without her. This is exactly what the grooming shit is. And when I moved on, she got pressed, which is, she got pressed, which she couldn't have because she literally has a boyfriend. But when I moved on, she got pressed and body shamed the person. Damn. You deserve better, and so did everyone who was friends with her. She just doesn't know how to treat people correctly and only ever thinks about herself for everything. Yeah, well, that's very clear to see that she was most definitely a fucking narcissist and someone who was most definitely on her high horse. Like, yeah, no. Zoe, you're a fucking evil witch, you bitch. I ain't gonna lie.
How Zoe has literally messed me up so bad mentally and destroyed me as a person. And when my friend...
Yep, but like, I'm gonna tell her that you have me, Mia, Nadia, True, so we can just be like Connor, wanna make a TikTok. I'm just scared, like, if I stay in a hotel, nigga, you're 13. Or take pics, or like, with no parents. Yo. Oh my god. I want you to stay in the hotel, so do I. It's gonna be me and a bunch of other girls. Oh my god. No. Oh my god, bro. It's so bad.
Friends were gonna come stay here for...
Yo, she like literally wanted... Oh my god, bro. The fact that... No, I don't care. I'm gonna keep stepping in it. I don't care how many times I said it. The fact she still has a TikTok up and posting on that boy to this day is a travesty. I need y'all to understand that it's a real travesty, bro. Like,
for a week, I was voicing I was scared to spend the night in a hotel with her. This was me.
So, okay, so that's the joint he was talking about earlier. So, yeah, so I was right in that joint when I was talking about it. So, yeah, he was going to that job alone. No parents. He must have, I guess, really not told his parents where exactly he was going. Bruh, nah, bro. No, bro. Damn, bro. Mom, you was negligent. Fuck. Could have had this nigga. Could have saved this nigga.
Me texting my friend saying, how do I get myself out of this? I'm very uncomfortable. And also that she let off a little bit. And it
Stop talking, yes, bro. But like, she keeps going. At least it's nothing like how it was before. Yeah, I'm confused. She doesn't call me hot or anything anymore. She was calling nigga hot? Oh my god.
it wasn't as
Wait, yeah, anymore. She did today. It's just a few things here and there. Yeah, true. She's singing this song to you, so enjoy it. Josh, bro, how do I get out of this? Oh my god. It's gonna be so awkward in person. Oh, he was going through that shit, bro. Oh yeah, nah, he was going through that shit. So yeah, nah, that was definitely wrong in the fucking beginning, bro. Yeah, he really wasn't trying to play into this shit at all. Like, he was just dead ass getting fucking manipulated. But we basically already had that stance since like the middle, cause yeah, nah, bro, Zoe had his ass lying on the lives and shit too. So
bad as it was before.
By the way, y'all sound kind of stupid when you try to say Connor's dad, because he can't even produce that type of stuff.
Oh my god.
Wait,
To my
what?
friend saying, how do I get
Wait,
as
what?
bad as it was before?
By the way, y'all sound kind of stupid when you try to say Connor's dad, because he can't even produce that type of stuff.
Oh my god.
He's not old enough. He's not old enough.
This message
Oh no. So she acknowledges the age, so we can't use a plausible deniability of that. Oh yeah. She's fucking done. She's really done, because that's the question I kept asking. Like, bro, she has to know his age, right? Like, there's no way she don't know his age, right? Nah. Good.
message was her saying, don't make me your D again, which I think we can all
Again?
infer what this means.
These were TikToks that she had made directly from
Yo, this nigga is 10 in this shit. Or like, obviously we know he was like 13, 12, 13 or whatever. But this nigga looks 10 years old. She was calling this nigga, this little fucking jit that looks like one of the kids that my mom be teaching, bro. She was calling this little nigga hot. Yo, Zoe, you're at like, oh my god, you're at like, yo. No, I'm sorry. This shit is most definitely for fucking you. Like, that's not even a question.
her.
Nah, bro.
As well as this very disturbing.
I really don't know why it's such a big deal.
Bruh, ain't no way they caught you in 8K. They caught you in 8K. Oh my god, bruh.
You guys can pause to read these, but
Tell my mom what? Zoe, yeah, tell my mom what? You do what? I've been risking my reputation. How? For liking you, and I had to hide it. Well, that's your fucking fault. You shouldn't be attracted to this nigga. He's 13. I deal with your fandom every day and have to deal with all this drama. I'm getting called a fucking pedo. You are. At this point, you fucking are. My number getting leaked, all this shit. Your fandom is spamming with pics to get. I don't know who the fuck that nigga is.
this is her telling me that she's been risking her reputation for like.
How about, nigga, fuck your reputation? I ain't tell you to come try to be a fucking groomer to me, nigga. The fuck? Like,
Me.
Josh, please be awake. I need you right now. You know you don't need a nigga. Again, he's fucking 13. Go talk to your damn friends or your parents. Like, hi, I'm here. What's wrong, Josh? Yes, I'm bawling my eyes out while I was trying because I don't want to hurt Connor, but just, wait, what? Because I don't want to hurt Connor, but it just hit me. He's a baby, and I don't want to go to jail. Yo, I am so mad. I'm actually fuming, bro. Yo, it just hit you. He's a baby. So like, I ain't gonna cap. When you looked at his Snapchats and Joe, he said, and he looks like he's 10, bro. He looks like he literally just got the double-digit age, cause he did basically. That totally didn't give you the hint. Yo, if I start trying to bomb this bull, I'm probably going to jail. It's probably wrong. What are we? Yo, there's no way. There's no way. I like, there's sometimes I refuse to believe that there are niggas out there this stupid. Like, there's no way.
And that she doesn't want to go to jail, as well as stressing.
I said, is this new number? I don't want to give up on him. I love him. I know you do. But let things calm down a bit, you know? Yeah. You don't love this fucking 13-year-old, bro. What the fuck?
That there were being other videos sent around of us. Thing weird about this. In this screenshot, you can see that she's laughing about it, saying, ha ha ha, I'm going to jail. Do you guys think prison has designer? Fact that she had made off
Pattern of behavior. I'll keep saying it. Her pattern of behavior doesn't seem too remorseful.
her own personal phone.
This nigga is, bro.
Which this right here is another angle of her directly, you know, pulling it up and showing it on FaceTime.
This is so stupid. This is on a whole nother world levels of stupid. Like, yo, I never seen the evidence be crispier, bro. Holy shit. Like, this evidence is looking more real than my actual eyes, bro. Like, this is so crazy.
This one you can pause and read.
Jesus Christ, who is this? It's been making me cry every night thinking about it. But even everyone, even everyone I've come in contact with here asks me about you and Connor. I obviously defend you, but it's bad. Now listen, I'm not trying to get in trouble, because if you went to jail for sleeping with Connor, I would go to jail for association for knowing about it and not doing anything. True, I ain't gonna lie. Happy that person pointed this out. I'm not gonna lie. If you find out about this, you just have to rat, bro. I'm sorry. Like, even if that's your real man's, like, this shit is dead. This shit is a fucking heinous crime. It's fucked up. Like, bro, nah, your shit is done. Anyway, I'm not doing anything. I thought a lot about how to approach you about this. Wait, I thought a lot about how to approach you about this. There we go. Yeah, but I'm very uncomfortable now with the thought of you sleeping with him. Exactly, and everyone on the fucking planet should be, except for the diddlers, because that's mad jail time, and it would ruin the entire rest of your life. It would have if she actually got caught for this shit. Now I know he makes you happy. I'm not saying never see him again or anything like that, obviously. No, you should most definitely never see that nigga ever or fucking again in your life. But both of you need to stop posting with each other every day. Never should have in the first place. You guys need to stop posting the photos on each other's backs. Again, shouldn't even be next to each other. This nigga, like, at the way I'm feeling, this nigga Connor should have just never been a fan of her at all. Like, again, we all allowed to like whatever we like, enjoy whatever medias you want, but the way that this shit turned out, he should have just never been a fan of her ass, to be real. He should have saw, if the first time he saw TikTok of her ass, he should have just scrolled. I'm not gonna cap. But, yeah, and in bedrooms and everything like that. Yeah, I totally agree, because, again, you're 19, he's 13. It's insinuating some shit, and it's fucking heinous shit that you definitely did to the little nigga.
But this was her closest friend at the time, who literally had stated that she could go to jail for knowing about it and not doing anything, and the top half is covered for privacy and personal reasons.
Now, before I give any analysis on the things that Connor has just gone through, I do just want to read the messages that he is showing there. The messages state, "It's been making me cry every night thinking about it. That even everyone I've come into contact with here asks me about you and Connor. I obviously defend you, but it's bad. Now listen, I'm not trying to get in trouble, because if you went to jail for with him, I would go to jail for association for knowing about it and doing nothing." Again, this to me is people protecting Zoe. And
that's true. No, that is true to a factor, but that is true because you would be guilty by association at the same time. But like I stated in that joke, I still think, regardless, even if this your best man's, if your best man's is doing some PDF shit, you think you not gonna look at the nigga and be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? You gonna be like, yo, what the hell? We have to get you out of here. You want a PDF in your fucking circle? Like, this is the shit I be talking about. But yeah, obviously, like, the guilty by association thing, like, if you knew and didn't say no shit, like, that's clearly, obviously, fucked up.
Even in this case, in my opinion, they're not even looking out for Connor here. They're just doing this because they know that they are complicit and could face consequences. But then the next part states, "I thought a lot about how to approach you about this, but I am very uncomfortable with the thought of you with him, because that's mad jail time and it would ruin the rest of your life." Again, to me, this does just seem someone outright protecting their own personal interests. But if there
That's fair.
is something that these messages show, is more just further general evidence that what was taking place here was far worse than we originally thought.
Because, like, it started off from, yo, they really wasn't on that, it's not that bad, to, yeah, yo, we kissed her, we embraced and all that junk, to, all of this, where now the whole Snapchat, all the text messages is leaking, and, like, yo, Zoe is the reincarnate of P. Diddy Dizzler. At this point. of P Diddy Dizzler. Like,
this is no longer just a kissing thing, which again is
that's
still.
That's what I was saying. And that's where I thought the extent of this went. And I was like, okay, word, that's still bad. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that's still a bad thing. She's doing this show with a minor. She need to be cooked. This is awful. This is abhorrent, terrible, horrendous. Yo, there's not an adjective to describe this, John.
Terrible.
There really isn't.
It's the worst possible thing. This is someone, through all of the evidence that we just saw, all of the screenshots that Connor just provided, this is someone who is the lowest of the low. This is a criminal, an evil person that should face consequences, but they're not. They've gotten away with it. They have a happy social media career of their family where they can happily post all the things that they want and get millions of views for it. It's disturbing and disgusting. Now after this, Connor then goes on to show even more disturbing screenshots of where Zoe threatens to, well, how do I say this in terms of YouTube TS? She threatens to damage herself. And bearing in mind, she was saying this to a 13-year-old boy.
So you were... So again, you were trying to use self-harm as a manipulation tactic against a fucking child? Oh my god. God damn it.
Now, just in general, the whole thing, I'll keep on saying it, it's so disturbing. It really is sickening.
No, it
because
truly
some
is.
of the comments were pointing out that they have a brother who is 13, and their baby tooth fell out a couple weeks ago, and this is so insane.
That's what I'm saying, because like I was just saying earlier, yo, the boss, you know what I'm saying, the boss, for heads I don't know, is a teacher, you know what I'm saying, go over there to school with her or whatever. Sometimes, and yo, these jits, yo, they love when Trilly come through or whatever, and I'll just see them. They're like my little, what's the name, little brothers, little sisters, and all that. And I'm imagining like that, like them, like Zoe LaVerne was trying to talk to one of these little jits, or not even trying to. She did the fullest extent, fucking heinous diddler, P slip and slide, P Diddy Dizzler type shit, to basically like someone like one of them. Like I would be, bro, my crash out would be unfucking told to humanity. Like my crash out would be insane. Like. So I understand where people come from and say it, like, with seeing how heinous this shit is. But just in hearing this in general, you know this is bad. Like, this shit is, oh my gosh. This is so fucking disgusting.
That they can't imagine their own brother going through this. I'm super angry and disturbed for you. Think of all of the things that you've just seen in those screenshots, all of the things that we've gone through today, and just think, that was a 13-year-old.
That was a 13-year-old who was having all this shit done to him by a 19-year-old.
There's not even a sentence I can say to really describe how horrific this all is. And I truly do feel bad for Connor. He seriously does deserve justice, and I'll say it again and again, but this man has been so unbelievably let down by the people around him, but also the system that was supposedly there to protect him. I can't even comprehend how brave of a person he is for coming out and speaking about this, especially...
I was about to say, like, his ears are mad red. Like, yo, you think he's, like, nervous saying this shit and all that type of John? Or maybe I'm just tweaking, but yeah, his ears are super red. Usually that happens when you're like flustered and shit like that, or like feeling a little bit of anxiety.
Knowing that the system, and particularly the police, have let him down and just done nothing about any of this. This is probably the biggest slam dunk case I think I've ever seen in my time of covering controversy.
Bro, he has all the screenshots and all the shits, bro. It's like, dude, we get into the ops, there's no way they could be like, nah, we got nothing here. What? I would be sitting here, or better yet, they would say, because y'all motherfuckers are the one that collected the evidence, we have nothing here. We can't take it serious. I'm sitting here like, what? Like,
controversial issues on the internet, and yet somehow nothing has happened. Even despite the mainstream media themselves covering this in 2020, it just led to nothing. The story blew up, people were talking about it, evidence was everywhere, and there's even evidence that we didn't even know about. Yet the police did nothing. And overall, in terms of what I think that his TikToks will do, sadly, despite how brave and how conclusive they are, I don't think they're going to lead to absolutely
nothing. Because nothing ever happens. Except something fucking did happen. But nothing happened to Zoe dumbass. She didn't really get any consequences for this, besides the constant, obviously, backlash and shit that she needs to keep getting. But honestly, I just still am in awe at the factor, again, and I probably said it legitimately probably 25 plus times in this show, that she still has socials that are up. Like, all this shit being shown and proved, like, I'm surprised some of these social media pages would not want to take her ass down.
Anything, which is just so tragic. Now, some of you may be wondering, what is Zoe doing? Has she responded? Is she doing anything interesting on her social media career?
No.
Well, like a lot of influencers do when they get exposed for terrible things, she's seemingly found religion and has Jesus in her bio. She says she's thankful for God and that she's got this Jesus glow. And again, I think this is all a calculated move.
So what are we saying? She grifted into religion? I don't want to do that though. I don't want to be the guy to say that, John, because obviously everyone has their different beliefs, and you should respect everyone's beliefs, even if you do not personally agree with them. You know what I mean? So if she found God, and that's her. But it's a little coinky dink you found God after all this shit happened.
I'm not saying this as a way to disrespect or discredit religious people or Christians,
yeah,
but there is definitely a noticeable trend of where an influencer or celebrity will do something terrible and then they'll mysteriously then turn to God.
If you've been watching the vids, yo, you know what I'm saying, the whole Pat God Johns, this is exactly what Jason Dumbass did in the last video. In Epic M1's John, bro, this is exactly what Jason was doing. Like, he obviously got called out because he fucking sent the CP in Pat God's Discord or whatever. Then the nigga got banned and the whole CP appeal system was fake. But y'all can go check out those videos or whatever, you know what I mean? Look on my page. You just type in Pat God, you'll see all the bits. But like, this is what Jason tried to do. Like, he basically was trying to, he did the whole bad jump, but he was arguing against this one bull, and then he literally was saying in a joke like, yeah, no, ever since I turned to God or whatever, like, y'all just really not on that. And then another bull was saying, like, giving obviously like an argument to him, and this is where infinitely Jason's like, yo, see, you just cursed. Did you think about it before that? That's a sin, nigga. Nigga, we're not doing that shit. But yeah, so I see where iNumber's coming from. Some heads do bad acts, then all of a sudden turn to God. A little bit of a coinky dink. But again, that's not to discredit anybody's faith. Y'all believe what y'all want, as long as y'all happy and not harming other people.
And obviously, the reason that they do it is because a lot of religion preaches forgiveness, and they probably think that, oh, if I post these things, people might forgive me. Which, in my opinion, is just so
is a load of horse shit. Because no, your religion is a separate aspect of your being. That's a totally different John. What you did, or what Zoe did directly, you are still getting criticism from me, regardless of what your religious beliefs are. There is no way in hell. I'm like, you're a fucking piece of shit.
Unbelievably disrespectful to the people that actually practice those religions and don't use it as a way to get away with heinous actions. Overall, Zoe LaVerne has done pretty much everything you can possibly do to make you a terrible person, and I don't understand how she has gotten away with it. This is an utterly despicable story, and the fact that she is still posting is incredibly disturbing. I do not think that she should be allowed on social media, but sadly,
not at all.
TikTok will allow her on here, and
they shouldn't.
She will continue to go about her days.
Still, make it 26, 27, I don't give a fuck. Still do not know why the fuck this shit is still up.
With millions and millions of followers. But just to interject here and make the story even worse, it seems that TikTok themselves have actually done their best to censor and...
Ain't no way. When my part 2 was taken down again, YouTube video will be coming soon. Ain't no way they took down Connor's vids. Yo, TikTok, y'all really want them allegations on your fucking company, don't you? That's great.
Silence the victim in this story. As you can see here, Connor posted a TikTok story stating that his part 2 was taken down. And specifically, this is the part where plenty of evidence and screenshots are posted to back his allegations and claims. To me personally, this isn't a very good look for TikTok.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. That makes TikTok's PR look dog shit.
And they are allowing Zoe to do whatever she wants.
Yeah, it would be like you're harboring a criminal.
What's on the platform while silencing real victims. And to kind of conclude everything that we've gone through today, this is just yet again another TikTok predator that has gone the way with everything. I want to end this video by kind of just wishing my best thoughts and feelings towards Connor, and
I'm about to
hoping
say
that
facts. That would be the same joint I was gonna do in Fine on Pains and Conjecture. So hey, we'll do it here because we're
eventually he does get justice. I would really appreciate it if you shared this video, get it out there, get the word out there. If you don't want to do that,
it's gonna be
just
out,
go make
baby.
your own videos about this.
It's
Make your
gonna
own
be out.
posts about this. Let people know that there is a
Talk to him, iNabber.
severe danger still on TikTok with 20 plus million followers, and God only knows the things that this person has done that we still do not know about. But with that, that is the ending of this video. Thank you very much for coming along. I understand that this was a bit more dark and depressing than the usual videos, but
Yeah, trust me, I'm used to this bullshittery at this point. A lot of people can't seem to, you know, just be fucking decent people.
honestly, I thought it was very important to cover this, especially considering that I have covered this multiple times in the past. And yeah, I'd appreciate the support. Please like this video, please comment something down below, and more importantly, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I will be providing
Sub
updates
up
on the
to
story as
iNabber
it
gang,
develops.
share the love.
But I think this is kind
You
of a
already
good
know.
conclusive video to just wrap everything together and really show you how terrible Zoe LaVerne is. But yeah, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for coming along. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Bye-bye.
You feel me? I ain't gonna cap. Like we said, yo, shout out, share love too, cause yo, we been in for the Yapathon. And the video was excellent. You know we love them. Shout out, share love too. So, iNabber. You already know. Yes. We must always share the love. We have Zoe LaVerne, the TikTok predator who got away with everything. If you want to watch the OG video, the original vid, down in the description, first link, share it all over iNabber, like I said. Because it will beat her. Because, yo, heads, again, he said it himself. Got to share it out the vid because more people need to hear about this absolute fucking degeneracy. So, that leads us, perfectly into our final opinion and conjecture. In this one... And this one won't be doing anything because, yo, 2 batteries dying, that's how you know we've been here for too long. I ain't gonna lie, this boy already pushing 3 hours. But yeah, we already been here for the yap session. I'll keep this final opinions and conjecture short. The main thing that we need to preface is for Connor. Yo, it's very terrible they went through the situation, especially as a jit. This is something that obviously is going to be very traumatizing to his life. And him, even like I never saying, coming out and making these videos, sharing his experience, you know what I'm saying, sharing his trauma, you know what I'm saying, so he can make light of the situation. Yo, it's very brave on his part, and I really hope that obviously this won't be traumatic for the rest of his life, and he's able to build off character off of this John and able to move forward with this John. Oh, and like I never was saying as well for Connor, I hope, yeah, he's able to get some goddamn consequences for Zoe's ass. Yeah, I know how that goes. But yeah, shout out Connor, man. It's really love, because I really don't want to see no heinous shit like that. You know how I get down. I'm not fucking around with none of this bullshit. The last one to cover, Zoe. Oh, Zoe, this whole time, I've really been waiting on the final opinions and conjecture. This whole video. Because there's only one thing I have to say. You'll be taking this shit to the fucking grave. That ass. That's it. You better hope P. Diddy Dizzler got a fucking spot in the junk. Because that's the only spot you gonna be. This shit. Heinous as fuck, bro. Fucking crazy, bro. Disgusting. And she lied the whole fucking time. The whole time. She was doing all this freak nasty shit with him. Make him manipulate him. Make him do all this shit. Nah, it's not that bad. No, it wasn't as bad. People are just misconstruing it. Yeah, whatever, you bitch. I'm like, yo, tell it to the judge if you ever do end up seeing that nigga. Which I hope you fucking do, by the way. Because, again, you're a terrible human being. But, yeah, other than that, again, share the love with iNabber. And I will be seeing y'all on the next one. Peace.
you